WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. He's the Media Group station.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Boy dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden, it's Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, the Bruins continuing their 5-game homestand and looking for their 6th win in 7 games as they welcome Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the Edmonton Oilers to Causeway Street. Great to have you with us, along with Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. On Tuesday night, Bruins open up this longest homestand of the season with a 4-1 victory over the Utah Mammoth. They fell behind 1-0, but got 2 goals from Morgan Geekie, added 2 more in the third period from Casey Middlestad and Mikey Asamont to put the Mammoth away. Marco Sturm said he wasn't thrilled with the team's first period, but he could tell the players weren't either.
I think you can see it in players too now. They know that was not good enough, and but like you said, it's not easy with all the travel and coming back. And I felt not like off, but it felt different in the first period, even for me. But just being home again, and the players I think felt the same way. But they know, okay, we got to get better, and that's exactly what they showed in the second and third.
Yeah, I mean, no question. I mean, we watched that first period, and you're like, a little bit off here, a little bit slow. They were slow to the puck. They were a step behind in a lot of different areas, and Utah was they were just a step faster. They got the puck in the offensive zone. They started wheeling around in that offensive zone, which they like to do, get all 5 people involved. They were good off the rush. And then all of a sudden, and the numbers bore it out, right? When you broke down the numbers, Ryan, first period, second period, whether it was time in the zone or whether it was shot attempts or, that kind of gives you a pretty good indication where the puck was most of those periods. And the Bruins took over in the second period, and they finished it up strong in the third period. They played well with leads. It's been, they played well when they've had a lead after the first period, and certainly well after they've had a lead after the second period. What is it, 16-0 now with the leads after 2 periods. So this is a team that has been able to lock it down. Does it, continue? Does it happen all season long? We'll see, but it's a good trend that they can hang their hat on right now. And I just like to see them get off to a little bit better starts. Their first period seemed to be their worst period, at least when you bore it out over the numbers and look at goals for and goals against. First period compared to the second and third. If they can wear teams down and stay in it, they were only down 1 after the first, which I thought was important for them because then they were able to find their game and then start, chipping away at it and had plenty of time to do it and, got back into it.
Casey Middlestad talked about that as well. He scored a goal, his 8th of the season, 3rd in the last 5 games, and talked about the team finding its game in the last 2 periods.
It was a bit of a slow start, but, big power play goal at the end of the first just to kind of even things up. And, I thought we got rolling in the second. Obviously, they're a good, fast, and offensive team. So our plan was to make them defend and, keep playing behind and try to wear them out. And, I think we got rewarded for that in the third.
They have the ability to do that. You simplify the game. There's certain guys that can make plays, and there's other guys that, are just put it behind the D and go grind them. That's it. It's just the way it is. There's different rules for different players on every team. There's very few teams where everybody's got to do the same thing. Some guys get a little bit more rope on what they can try to do offensively. Other guys, if they're turning the puck over the offensive blue line because they're trying to make a play, they're going to get a talking to from the coaching staff. Put the puck behind the D, go in there, be physical with the defense, establish your forecheck, and get the D involved, when you're working from low to high, make teams work in their own zone. And this is a perfect example of that with this team against Edmonton. If you can make them work in their D zone, and Marco Sturm says it as much in our interview with him that we taped earlier today, they do not want to play in their own zone. You know, they are a really good offensive team if you let them be that. So the Bruins have to, you know, especially some of the lower lines, simplify that game and make sure that you make this team work in their own end.
Well, that goal that Middlestad alluded to, that power play goal from the Bruins' top unit, it was a highlight reel goal late in the first period. Elias Lindholm, David Pasternak setting up Morgan Geekie. And Marco Sturm said the versatility of that number one power play unit is part of the reason for its success.
Part about our power play right now, we can mix around. We don't have a problem to switching sides, having David on the left flank or on the right. I think that's why sometimes the PK get a little bit confused too. There's a lot more motion. That's why we became so dangerous too. So if you look at yesterday, we were buzzing. It was fun to watch. But they kept the feet moving. The puck movement was really good, and not just David standing on one spot and just waiting for the puck. So that's easy. Now things change. I think that makes a big difference.
And I'll throw in using the middle of the ice, using the bumper. When they're under pressure along the wall, we talked about it last game, you know, you don't have an outlet out at the point because they're taking that away. You don't have an outlet down in the corner. You use the guy that's right behind you. You don't even have to see him. You know he's there as long as he's close to you and in support. And I thought the Bruins used that effectively last game, and the goal that you were just referring to, the goal by Geekie, they used the bumper on that play because they were under pressure over on the half wall on the left wing side. Use the middle of the ice. All of a sudden, they've got some time and space to do something. And the passing play by Pasternak was fantastic, and was finished obviously. But it started with the control of the puck and then who you use in that bumper position. And it could be Zacha, it could be Lindholm, it could be somebody else, but. Whoever it is, as long as they're supporting and close, it's a safety valve for you when you don't have another play.
Well, a tough test coming up tonight as the Bruins get ready to take on the Edmonton Oilers. Marco Sturm will go with the same lineup as Tuesday. Jeremy Swayman will get the start in goal once again. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including the LA Kings, trying to end a 4-game winless streak.
Well, critical. We got to get a rest. We got to shake this one off.
Bob will chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
They're just so skilled enough, and they move around a lot. They know exactly what to do in certain moments. So that makes it really hard.
And up next, we'll preview the Edmonton Oilers here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Tang got his stick lifted, an empty net to McDavid. His shot scores!
scores. Connor McDavid with the empty net goal, and the Oilers are up 6-3.
Oilers in town to take on the Bruins. Edmonton winners of 3 of their last 4 and 5-1-1 over their last 7 games. On Tuesday night, they outgunned the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-4. And with the first of his 4 assists in that game, Leon Draisaitl became the first German-born player to reach 1,000 NHL points.
A lot of hard work, a lot of people that help along the way. You know, these accomplishments, they're always directed at the single player, but there's so many people that play such a big part in that, and I'm highly aware of, you know, the fact that I got a lot of people in my life over the last couple of years that have just kept everything off my plate and kind of let me do what I do and what I want to do, and just super grateful, super thankful, and of course a little bit proud.
He's so good. I mean, if McDavid weren't on that team, you know, that's all everybody would be talking about, right? I don't know. I just wonder if the casual fan knows how good he is. He's just, you know, he's smart. He can score from anywhere. He loves the right wing circle on the power play, and he can be almost as low as the goal line and still score on that, you know, on that right wing circle on that one timer. He's got a unique stick pattern. It's a big paddle, and he's not the fastest guy, but he's strong. You know, he's a big guy. And he's smart, and he's fun to watch. He really is. When you get the two of them together, and you know, you get some of the other talent that they have around them, it's a fun team to watch. They've been to the Stanley Cup Finals twice now in the last 2 years. I've lost both of them, but have gotten there, and that says a lot. You know, I know it's disappointing for them. I understand that, but pretty good accomplishment for Leon Draisaitl as well. When you talk to Marco Sturm about him, he's coached him in several national events, whether it's I think 3 world championships. Marco told us earlier today, and you know, he's picked his brain about things. You know, when you got a player of that, you know, caliber, and you get him for a few weeks in a short tournament, you want to pick his brain about not just how it's going to help your national team for those 2 weeks, but how it might help you down the road coaching wise. And he's, you know, he's got that. His resume is fantastic. And you know, when you look at the Oilers, they'll start them on 2 separate lines, but if they're trailing by a goal or 2, it's, you know, break glass in case of emergency. They're putting them together, and you can see that.
Yeah, Draisaitl enters the night 4th in the league with 47 points. Connor McDavid is 2nd in the league with 56 points.
But he's been on a tear.
Oh, by the way, 20 points in his last 7 games, including 9 goals. He had a 4-point game the other night against Pittsburgh. Bruins and the Oilers coming up. Time now for our Catches Law injury report. Marco Sturm said this morning none of the currently injured players expected to return this week. Victor Arvidsson probably the closest, but he and the rest, Jonathan Aspero, Henry Jokiharju, Michael Callahan, Matej Blumel, Jordan Harris, have all resumed skating in preparation for their eventual returns. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. We'll check the Sports Hub headlines coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
This December, Window Nation puts an end to your window problems. You'll save big, too, with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0 interest for 5 years. But hurry, the sale ends soon, so schedule your free estimate right now at windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Felger. This football season, make Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka your tailgate must-have. Real vodka, real brewed tea, just 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it wherever you watch the game or take it with you to the tailgate. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots injury report for the game versus the Ravens. Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, Harold Landry, Robert Spillane all did not practice today. And Thursday Night Football features an NFC West matchup. Seattle, they host the Rams. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob will take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
The new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything and more. With a Crispy Onion Cheeseburger, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae, you gotta try the new Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal. For a limited time at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to tonight's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland. It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign. Donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. Fanatics experience.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at PeerlessBoilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Oilers coming up from TD Garden as we take a look around the NHL. Among the games getting started early tonight, Blackhawks at the Canadiens. Penguins visit the Senators. Some off-ice news for Pittsburgh this week. Looks like Fenway Sports Group's getting out of the hockey business, selling their team to the Hoffman Family Investment Group based in Chicago for $1.7 billion.
Almost double their price from when they bought the Penguins. How many years ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. It's amazing, you know, the NHL is really starting to go and has gone. And, you know, when you talk about expansion fees, which they've started to talk about, if a team comes in, what it's going to cost, I mean, this gives you a pretty good indication. Tampa was sold recently. Now Pittsburgh is sold. It's big. And a lot of people hoping that it brings Mario Lemieux back
into the fold, yeah.
Back into the fold a little bit, because he's been kind of on the outside looking in since that last sale.
Lightning going to host the Kings tonight at 7 o'clock. Jim Hiller and the Kings winless in 4 straight.
Well, critical. We got to get a rest. We got to shake this one off. We've got to get on play. We've got to do all the stuff to get ready to go play another good game, another good team tomorrow.
They can't score.
Yeah.
They can't score. It's like, it's unbelievable. They got 86 goals this year. It's like, and the record, when you look at it, when you just break it down, it's 14 and 19, but it's 14, 10, and 9. You know, they don't have success in the overtimes, and they go to overtime a lot.
Yeah.
And not a good combination for them, but they are picking up some loser points to stay in it.
Quick check around the NHL. We'll talk with Marco Sturm next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
There's nothing like the sights and sounds of the holidays. The crackle of a fire, the tearing of wrapping paper, and the of new gifts. The smell of cookies, ornaments on the tree, and the of new toys, along with the sound of Christmas carols through the Lexus Premium Sound System. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Imagine cutting your heating costs in half and getting a $10,000 rebate to do so. Upgrade to a high-efficiency heat pump from LNF Electrical. Call 844-LF-WISE or visit lfelectricalservice.com, a veteran-owned company.
All right, folks, are you looking to do something different for your next event? Maybe your child's birthday party, or even just a fun night out with your friends? Splitsville at Patriot Place is something for everyone. They got 12 luxury lanes of bowling, 4 best-in-class golf simulators, I love those, 3 interactive dart areas, and weekly live entertainment from some of New England's best local bands. Splitsville delivers a one-of-a-kind entertainment experience for all. Host your next event in the shadows of Gillette Stadium. Visit howellsplitsville.com or just call them 508-698-BOWL. Splitsville at Patriot Place, where you can eat, bowl, sing, swing, or aim like a champ.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Comment.
It's electric.
You need an electrician? Call Common Electric. We're electricians, and it's all we do. Electricity is serious business, so be sure your circuits are safe and up to snuff, and hire the specialists at Common Electric. KUHLMAN. Call Coleman.
It's electric.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco, you get set to take on the Edmonton Oilers today. If we can take a look at that game the other day, and just, you know, you guys get down 1-0, maybe a slow first period for you. What's the mindset when you guys come into the locker room, like heading into the second, and the conversation?
Yeah, I see it that way. There's always 2 different feels when you go, when you come back after the first period. Usually, okay, when you play a good game, but you're down a goal, you feel very good. So that's usually the feel what you get after first. And this time we thought we had a slow, was not really good, but it wasn't really bad. But we knew we had to be better. And glad the guys came out right away from the first puck drop and the second period.
Yeah, the second period was night and day, right? I mean, you guys really controlled the play, most of it. And if you could have converted on a couple of those backdoor passes, it seemed like you had, 4 or 5 of them in that game.
You know, as a coach, sometimes there's one too many. There was a few opportunities. I wish they just would have closed it right away. But on the flip side is, if you look at the power play, they've been buzzing pretty good. The puck speed's been excellent. They're creating a lot of opportunities, giving us a lot of goals. So, you don't want to get that out of them. So that's why you always have to find a fine line.
I think it's now 4 games to have power play goals scored against. Is there any common theme there? Was it just something that you got to get out of?
Again, I think there were a few times we got scored on the end of the power play. That's just, you got to finish with structure, I would say. We got to wait a little bit. It's not really that the first half of the kills, the second half of the kills. So that means some of the killers are in the second part of it need to be better, and the other part is we just, our focus has to be there for 2 minutes, not for 1.5.
Focusing on Edmonton here today, obviously when you face a superstar, when we talked to coaches before, they say, make them come through layers, especially McDavid with that speed. How do you kind of go about trying to slow him down? And it's easier said than done, I realize.
No, I always say that too. It's I feel like watching him. It's like I feel like I'm watching PlayStation or playing PlayStation right now when with that much speed. So yes, it is a challenge. He's a special player. even with Leon. So how do we stop him? Yeah, we just don't have to. We're not allowed to give him that much room. We got to stay above him all the time because he smells it pretty good. As soon as he has just a tiny little bit advantage, he's gone. So we got to make sure we're gonna cover that and make it hard on these guys and play hard. I think we have a really good physical group. They don't like that. We just gotta make sure we, take it to our advantage and stay out of the box.
Well, I was just going to go there because their power play is so dynamic. Aside from the obvious that they have great players, like, what do they do so well on the power play?
Yeah, being together with Leon, for a bunch of tournaments, we always talked about. He said the one thing stuck with me. He's like, don't forget. He's like, we've been together for the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever. He said, right now they do it blindly. So that's the beauty about their power play. It's not just they have a game plan, but end of the day they just play and let their skill take over, and they're just so skilled enough, and they move around a lot. They know exactly what to do in certain moments, so that makes it really hard. Sometimes it's coming, but they still make that extra pass because they're that good. So that's why, and not just here, any team, we always talk about their power play, and that's just been a very big weapon for them. So again, we feel really good to play 5-on-5. Now we just got to make sure we're going to win special teams tonight.
And then last one for you, just how do you attack them on an offensive side of things? It seems like when they win goals, or when they win games, I mean, they score a ton of goals. When they're losing, they're struggling. I know they made the change in net, but how do you attack them offensively?
Yeah. My feel is they're going to be better in net just because of a trade. That's what's usually happen. When you look at statistic and all that kind of stuff, is they're elite on offense, but they're almost opposite, just numbers wise, on a defensive side. So again, that's something you got to play him hard. You got to play him good defensively to create offense, because that's where you're gonna hurt, and they don't want to play down there. They really don't. So they give up a lot too. So we got to remember ourselves there. Yes, we have some respect, but we don't. So sometimes that's something we can't have too much. We got to play our game too, because we feel pretty good about our team too.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck here tonight. That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins Oilers are next.
Let's pause. 10 seconds.
This is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Station.
Tuesday night, the Bruins returned home against Utah and got off to a slow start. But by the second period, they found their game. Pasternak coming out toward the blue line, turns and fires, and they score! Off the rebound, it's Geekie with his second of the night. Middlestat moving in right circle, sent it across, and Zaka just missed, but Middlestat off the rebound scored. Asamont's got the puck with speed up the left wing side. Goes around Mata, goes right to the front, and scores! Mikey Asamont with a backhander makes it 4-1. Tonight, a star-studded affair as they welcome Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. It's the Bruins and the Oilers coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, shot. Cam Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geekie scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geekie.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop of the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty track for Raymond Bourque.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron!
Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're here at TD Garden for the Bruins and the Edmonton Oilers. First of two meetings on the season and first of two meetings this month between these two teams who will see each other again on New Year's Eve. When you're facing a team that is offensively gifted like Edmonton is, and there aren't too many of them out there, what's the biggest key defensively?
Well, when you face McDavid, a lot of coaches talk about it. A lot of players talk about it. The formula is to make him come 200 feet. So you make him play in his own zone, number one, and then when he finally does get the puck on his stick, you're making him come 200 feet in order to beat you. And then he's got to go through layers. He's got to go through that first layer. And the Bruins have to be so good through the middle of the ice against a guy like McDavid, because if you give him time to go, it's a nightmare for defensemen to have to face that kind of speed, and it's easy entry into the offensive zone, and now they can go to work. So like I said, easier said than done because he's so good at it. He's probably the best in the world at it. You know, McKinnon's got his assets. McDavid, you know, different kinds of players, but so effective at what they do and how they do it. So for him, I mean, you try to slow him down. Draisaitl, not as much. You know, he's not a guy that's going to carry the puck end to end. He's going to do a lot of his damage in the offensive zone or even off the rush a little bit. You know, but for McDavid, you know, he's just so good at being able to create. And it goes without saying, but needs to be said, stay out of the box. No needless penalties against this team. They're the #1 power play in the NHL for a reason. They have a lot of different weapons. It's not just those two that can hurt you. It's, you know, Evan Bouchard is one of the best at the offensive blue line. He'll make his mistakes on the defensive side, no question. He's on a couple blooper reels already this year, several blooper reels in his own zone. But offensively, really good, really talented, really smart at that offensive blue line. So this is a group that can get it done offensively if you let them. And it's not easy, but the Bruins have to be disciplined in their positioning in order to slow him down.
Tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody... Faceoff is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up, because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of internet past, here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Back here at TD Garden as the Bruins get ready to take on the Oilers. The colors being presented by the Gloucester Fire Department. And now we go down to ice level for both the Canadian and American national anthems from Todd Angeli.
Native land, true patriot love in all of us. as we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, who were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That's Todd Angeli with the national anthems as we get set for the opening face-off between the Bruins and the Oilers. Let's take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Oilers, newly acquired Tristan Jarry. On defense, the pairing of Matthias Ekholm and Evan Bouchard. And up front, it's former Bruin Trent Frederick, Leon Draisaitl, and Vasily Podkolzin. I knew I'd screw that one up. Podkolzin, sorry. For the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman in net, Hampus Lindholm and Andrew Peeke, your defenseman, and up front a line of Morgan Geekie, Elias Lindholm, and David Pastrnak.
The first 5 minutes are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Tom Colpitz of Bedford, New Hampshire. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Tom will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Game 2 of this 5-game homestand. Bruins will be in the black sweaters, black helmets, black pants. Oilers in the road, white helmets and white sweaters with blue pants. Boston will go from left to right here in the first period. As we get ready for the opening face-off between Elias Lindholm and Leon Draisaitl. And we are underway from TD Garden. Oilers will control the puck first. Matthias Ekholm gives over to Bouchard, backing in his own zone. Bouchard from between the circles will skate it out toward his own blue line, fires a pass ahead, directed off the skates of Geekie. They're into the attack zone offside, so a whistle just 15 seconds in.
You know, there's certain games you kind of circle and you look forward to. It's just a huge challenge. I mean, I know that they haven't been great. They've been really good lately. I'm talking about Edmonton. But they've been to the finals 2 years in a row, and you're doing something right. And you've got two of the best, if not the best, players in the world that you're going to face. You better be on your game, or you're going to get embarrassed here quickly. And when they've been winning, they've been piling up the goals.
Face-off controlled by Podkolzin, but stolen by Pastrnak. He bats it back into Bruins territory. Peeke gets it from Swayman. Shot around the far side boards by Hampus Lindholm, but that's going to go all the way down for an early icing here against Boston. So a face-off coming up in the defensive zone.
I mean, their goal scoring in the 6 wins. So you look at their record in the last 9 games, right? 6-2-1. And in those 6 wins, it's 34 goals. If my math is right, is it 35? You probably have it.
I think it's 34.
I think it's 34 goals in 6 wins.
That's insanity.
And when they're losing those games, the 3 that they've lost, they've been basically kept off the scoreboard. So
we mentioned how much of a heater that McDavid has been on here. 20 points in the last 7 games. Draisaitl's got 10 assists in the last 5, including 4 on Tuesday.
Well, they went against their old goaltender, right? And
yeah.
Stuart Skinner playing for the Penguins, and they handled the Penguins pretty well. That was a funny bounce off the back wall, by the way, off to the right of Jari's right shoulder. That puck was coming around the boards, and it came back out towards the front of the net.
Ekholm will drive one in here from center ice.
Mental note.
All the way around the near side boards. McAvoy keeps it away from McDavid, moves it out into the neutral zone. Nugent Hopkins chopped it back toward his own zone, and now McDavid along the near side boards will dump in from the red line. Swayman went out, couldn't stop it behind the net. Goes all the way around to the far side. Middlestat angles his skate to kick it on to Zacha. Usnadinov dumps into the Oilers zone, and around the far side, Middlestat's got it. Usnadinov in the left circle. Back to Middlestat for a shot, and Jari makes the save. Rebound into the far corner. Usnadinov tracks it off the far wall. Middlestat again at the hash marks. Pivots back toward the boards, and now wheels it back deep. Usnadinov into the right corner.
This is one way to slow McDavid down, right? You just play in his zone.
Zacha out of the right wing corner. Sends one in front off of Middlestat, and Jari scoops it up.
Either Middlestat or one of the defensemen there in front of the net. That's a good shift. So first 2 shifts of the game, Draisaitl's line starts the game along with Trent Frederick. He doesn't normally play on that line, but Draisaitl starts the game. The Bruins put Peak and Lindholm out there as a D pair against him. And McDavid, the second line on the ice. It ends up being McAvoy and Zadorov as the D pair against him.
Face off in the offensive zone to the left of Tristan Jari, who is making his 3rd start since the trade from Pittsburgh on Friday. Soderstrom with a shot from the right point. Jari squeezes that one against his body. He's 2-0 so far, but has allowed 7 goals in those 2 games.
Eastman had a chance at a tip there. He was covered in front, but he had a chance on that tip.
Face off again in that near circle to our right. Minton against Henrique. Bruins control it again. Soderstrom will play it down toward the near corner. Batted back toward the hash marks. Mangiapane handed off to Henrique. Cross ice pass. And mark into the Bruins zone. Plays it around Lohrei and around behind the net. Mangiapane in the near corner against Minton. Soderstrom trying to push it up the wall. Henrique. And wrap back around to the far side. Now it's Janmark. Skating down that far wall. Lohrei angles him toward the corner. Around to the near side, and Stillman will play it back in deep. Lohrei wins it back behind the net. He's got Steves along the near side circle. He's going to back it up. Soderstrom will keep it moving around to the far side. Lohrei can't catch up with it. Henrique played it to the top of the circle for Janmark, but that didn't connect, and Minton will come back the other way. Lobbed into the right wing corner. Minton goes to get it after Jari poked it toward the near side boards. Kastelik keeps alive along the corner. Jeannot looking back for Peak. That one missed and goes all the way back down the Bruins end.
On paper, you know, this line that's out here right now for the Bruins, Jeannot, Kastelik, and Corrali should be able to be very effective. When you look at Edmonton and you talk to Edmonton people, the puck's going to come in on Jari here for a whistle. If they get something from the bottom 2 lines, they feel that they've got a great chance to win because there's just not a lot there on the bottom 2 lines. They pack it into the top 2, and if they figure the top 2 is going to get something.
Right.
And the power play is going to get something. So anything they get from the bottom 2, as long as they're even or better, then they're happy. We'll see if that plays out here today.
Rally with a face-off in the attack zone here.
But I think it's a big advantage for the Bruins from a depth perspective. Superstar perspective.
Peak bats one toward the slot. Bouncing puck gets away from Kastelik. Controlled along the near wall by Jeannot. Deflected puck back to Peak at the point. His shot got blocked near circle. Peak again along the near side wall. Played it back toward the corner, but the Oilers will clear it out. Max Jones able to lift it back into Boston territory.
Name sounds familiar.
Yes, it does. Off the near side boards. Here's Pasternak. Able to angle it up toward the attacking blue line. Draisaitl trying to cut him off. Puck rattles deep. Bouchard will keep it moving around the far side. And the Oilers will get it cleared. Zadorov. Give it back in the neutral zone. Draisaitl just inside the Boston line, near side board. Sends over toward the far side. Ekholm. Way down into the corner. Zadorov is there. Spun it right back up the far wall. Here's Geekie.
Times Zadorov and McAvoy against the Draisaitl line. So we'll see a couple different. I think they're comfortable with either of those pairs against the top two lines.
McAvoy just inside the Edmonton line. Tried to play it back in deeper. Podkolzin took away. Draisaitl gets into the Boston zone. Deflected pass coming across the ice off of Elias Lindholm. Geekie lines up with the puck on his stick near circle. Carries out. As Husnudinov at the center ice. Dumps in. Jari comes out behind the Oiler net to play it. 4.5 gone here in the first period. No score. Bruins have the only 4 shots on goal. McDavid with speed through the neutral zone. Cutting toward the right side. Coughed it up at the blue line. Husnudinov, Middlestat coming right back. Middlestat cutting to the left wing circle. Looking to deal. Deflected puck taken away.
Edmonton recovered pretty well. Middlestat kind of took himself out of any position to make a play over in that left wing circle.
David up the right wing side. Hampus Lindholm blocked the centering effort. On the far circle, Zacha will start the Bruins out. Carrying it through center. Left side, here's Middlestat across the line. Try to pass all the way across for Husnudinov, but Hyman coming back to get a stick on that. Directed out of play.
Yeah, good hustle by Hyman. Coming all the way back. I mean, you need that. Your Bruins have potential for 2 odd man rushes there. And Edmonton hustling back into position to make sure they take it away. They've been better defensively. When they've been winning games, they've been better defensively.
Face off in the offensive zone for Minton here again.
Problem is it isn't consistent, right? At least not right now.
Puck brought around toward the near side corner. Played out into neutral ice for Mangiapane. Oilers will gain the attack zone as Henrique fires a shot into the breadbasket of Jeremy Swayman. First save for his night, and a face-off coming in the defensive zone here for Boston.
Yeah, Mangiapane's had a tough time of it this year, at least plus-minus wise. Minus 16 so far this season. You know, in his 34 games played, he's a pretty good player, but he hasn't really put it together yet for them this year.
He spent last year with the Capitals after 7 seasons with Calgary.
Had some good years with Calgary.
He had a 35-goal season in there. That puck gets shot, redirected wide of the net. Near side circle, Kastelik to Soderstrom and back to Kastelik. Angled out of the zone, dumped back in from the red line by Stillman. Swayman slowed it up but couldn't stop it. Mangiapane in the far corner against Soderstrom. Puck comes up the wall. Henrique trying to keep alive. Kicked on to Kastelik. Bruins get it out. Corrali skating it to the far side boards of the neutral zone. Will carry into the Edmonton end. From the far circle, brings it around near side, just out of Jeannot's reach. It'll come back out to center ice. Coming up on 6 minutes gone here in the first period, no score. Jari knocked away a shot from out in the neutral zone. Stillman will turn up ice from his own blue line. Ekholm up the left wing side, dumps in on goal, and Swayman going to stop that and cover it up and bring us to our first timeout. 13:54 to go here in the first period. No score, Bruins and Oilers on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
No time of the year sounds better than the holidays. We look forward to the opening of new presents, heading out with family to see holiday lights, then racing back home to enjoy a traditional family meal. Or sometimes running back out to grab the last-minute gift. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hear that? Exactly. That's the sound of McDonald's Extra Value Meal. Sausage McMuffin with egg, hash brown, small hot coffee, and sweet golden silence. All for only $5. Price and participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Ace Ticket has you covered. With what you see is what you pay, upfront website pricing, and real Boston people answering the phone to help you, Ace makes it easy. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or visit aceticket.com.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate the year-end sales event and hurry in to secure your deal today on a brand new Ford. 13:54 to go here in the first period. No score, Bruins and Oilers. And the Oilers and longtime former Bruin Trent Frederick getting a ovation from the crowd here as he is welcomed back to TD Garden for the first time since the trade just before the deadline in March that sent him to Edmonton. Got himself an 8-year contract extension worth close to $4 million a year. So he's going to be in Edmonton for a long time.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten traction yet here, unfortunately for him. Hoping that it works out for him. Had a chance to say hello to him this morning, but he's, it hasn't quite clicked yet this year for him.
Here's Podkolzin along the right wing circle, getting Edmonton set up, and a shot just wide of Swayman angles off the near boards.
They tried to run a face-off play off that face-off win inside the offensive zone to the Oilers, but the Bruins defended it very well.
Draisaitl at center ice, pass blocked by Elias Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm passes to Pasternak off his skate. Podkolzin and Elias along the near side of the Bruins blue line. Savoy got stood up by Peak.
Good hit by Peak.
Pasternak rims it far side for Geekie.
Right in Savoy's face there.
Bouchard able to keep that puck in the zone. Hampus Lindholm in the far corner. Spins away from Draisaitl. Going to carry it out through center ice. Still going across the Edmonton line. Right wing pass was deflected, but got to Elias Lindholm. He gets ridden off it by Ekholm behind the net. Jones will send it back out through center. Lorai over by the Bruins bench. Geekie got wiped out. Lifted ahead by Pasternak, but gloved down. And now the Bruins changing as Edmonton comes forward.
Get much on that dump, did he?
Stillman driving right to the side of the net, goes in behind, tried to get it back to Emerson for a one-timer, broke the stick, and coming ahead for the Bruins is a shot wide of the net by Minton. And it comes back out in front, gets covered up by Jari.
So, I like the opportunity by Minton. I like the burst of speed. Another option for him would have been to kind of fan out a little bit. You've got two guys coming late, so you got one guy without a stick on the back check. It's a partial breakaway. I get it. He makes the right play, but if he fans out a little bit and buys a little time, he's got two other options coming late. Stillman's the only guy back with a stick. A good attempt, good burst of speed by Minton after the broken stick at the offensive blue line.
Face off in the near circle down to our right. Oilers control. Carried out of the zone by Darnell Nurse. Tosses one into the air that gets gloved by Jeremy Swayman.
Either that or take it all the way to the net and force, that was it Emerson that didn't have a stick,
right.
So he's coming back. Force him to have to defend you if you drop your shoulder and take it to the net.
Yeah, you probably at least draw a penalty there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good chance.
Face-off win by Zacha. Zadorov will back it up around the near side for Husnadinov. Now to neutral ice. Zacha chips it up the right wing wall. Middlestad giving chase.
Of course, if it goes in, we're not talking about any of that.
Exactly. Oilers will regain the attack zone here. Hyman. Deep for McDavid. In the far corner, shadowed by McAvoy. Tried a little stop and go move. McAvoy chased him out to the blue line, and puck gets directed out of the zone. Nugent Hopkins to Nurse, coming back in across the line. Shot, tried to go short side, kicked away by Swayman. Husnadinov at his own blue line will give it back for Zadorov and head off on a change. 11:40 to go here in the first period, no score. Kastelik got a piece of it to get it deep. Jari sent it back around the far side.
Either that or Jari came out of the net. One of the two, but no icing.
Janmark helps it around behind Swayman, who comes out into the trapezoid. Sent it into the far corner. Mangiapane took it away. Henry kept it moving toward the near side. Janmark got it back to Stillman to the left point. Now back down deep. Henry chased by Corrali in the far corner. Angled back toward the point. Emerson kept it in, but sent right back out. And the Oilers regroup in their own zone. Emerson's pass bounded away from Emerson and almost wound up turning over.
A little too passive in the neutral zone that time. They're so focused on their structure in the neutral zone, they go for a loose puck.
Pass just misses Jeannot near the Oiler blue line, and that'll turn into a Bruins icing here.
Yeah, you wonder, in games like last year when the Bruins played against Edmonton. It was up in Edmonton. The game I really remember, it was a close game. I think it was either tied or the Bruins were up 1 going into the third period, and they put McDavid and Draisaitl together for the third period, and Edmonton ends up winning the game like 3-2.
A couple of late goals.
They're so good, but they try to break them up because they got to spread it out a little bit offensively. I mean, you're looking for offense from different spots, and you can always put everything on one line.
Right.
But you want that for the whole game normally.
The Oilers get the puck deep here. Pasternak kept it away from Ekholm. McAvoy will clear it back out. Bouchard just back ahead of Geekie. At center ice, Savoy tried a backhand for Draisaitl. Didn't have much on it, but he came to get it. Now Bouchard inside the Boston line. Colson into the far corner. Savoy will wrap it around near side. Draisaitl waiting at the hash marks. And knocked away from Ekholm out of the blue line. Back into neutral ice. McAvoy from the near side circle has it. He'll walk his way out toward the red line, dump into the left wing corner. It angles in behind the net, and Jari will set it up from there. Just past the midway point of the first period, no score. Colson lobs one high into the air, bouncing down on the far circle. Hampus Lindholm. Cross ice finds Pasternak at the red line. Gives it to Peak, and he'll carry ahead on the right wing side. Peak all the way down the circle, in behind the net. Around to the far side. Gets it back to Hampus at the blue line. Now on to Pasternak. Throws it in front. Redirected by Zacha just wide. Middle step. Far side wall. Played back down low. Bounced away from Pasternak.
Yeah, long shift for Pasternak here.
Here's Nurse with some speed through the neutral zone. Hands off to McDavid. Right circle. Back across. Nugent Hopkins stepping into a shot between the circles. Swayman makes the save. There's no rebound. Timeout with 9:02 to play here in the first period. Bruins and the Oilers are scoreless on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
The new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything and more. With a Crispy Onion Cheeseburger, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae, you gotta try the new Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal. For a limited time at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Fans catch every thrilling moment at TD Garden this season. Individual tickets for 2025 and 26 on sale now, from intense division matchups to legendary original six showdowns. Don't miss the action. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets and secure your seats today. 9:02 left here in the first period. No score, Bruins and Oilers. Defensive zone face-off. McDavid wins that here for Edmonton. Nurse shot it wide of the net. Kick back off the outside of the cage. McDavid's got it. Near side circle. Working against McAvoy, who redirected one that was bound for the front of the net. Poked away from there by Swayman. McAvoy now stepping in behind the net as Zadorov stepped into McDavid.
Yeah, he got him good.
Zadorov will gain the red line and dump one in. Funny hop out of the corner, comes to the side of the net. Jari plays it away from there. McDavid clears the zone. Hyman drops it back and heads off in a change. Darnell Nurse to the red line, try to dump it in. Puck blocked, and Middlestat will send it right back into the Oilers zone instead.
Limping Middlestat going to the bench there after that.
Here's Lohrei, tried a shot, that one tipped, goes up in the air, and the pop-up gloved by Tristan Jarry.
You can be physical with a guy like McDavid. You don't let him get the head of steam going. Get him in the behind the net that time. He was not expecting to get hit here by Zadorov, and it's a good hit, clean hit. It's not overly hard, but it just letting him know you're there, and you're not going to give him time and space if you can help it. It doesn't take much though for him to get that space, and once it happens, it's
just such a great skater. I mean,
it's not just straight ahead either.
Yeah.
It's everything. And he's almost he almost seems like he's faster with the puck than without the puck, and that's just the opposite with a lot of guys.
Here's Bouchard sending to neutral ice. Mangiapane. Henrique across the line. Minton back checking with a steal. Gives for Lohrei. And now Asimont toward the far side wall against Bouchard. But the Oilers will regain. Ekholm from his own blue line. Pass over to the far side. Bouchard has to play it off of Karam and backs up.
Yeah, I mean, the Bruins have been, it's been the 1-2-2 here in the neutral zone, and they are been pretty good at it so far. And then the back check has been there. There's only that one good chance for coming down the slot. Who was that? Nurse that had that opportunity?
Yep. Steves chasing into the right wing corner against Ekholm. Puck wraps around far side. Hampus will hold it in. Deflected across as it comes.
It was intended for Peak, but Minton thought it was for him, and he actually got a piece of it.
Now Mangiapane back toward the Boston line. The rest of the Oilers were changing, so he backs up into the neutral zone. Kastelik picks his pocket, steps to the right circle, and fires wide. Corrali got it to Hampus Lindholm. Fired it back toward that far side, right to Corrali. Into the corner, Frederick. And now Stillman at the far circle. Oilers will move out. Frederick through the neutral zone, goes down, coming across the red line, and they're going to get a penalty here against the Bruins. So it's 6:52 to go here in the first period, a scoreless game, and we will get our first look at the top-ranked power play in the league.
It's going to be Kastelik going to the box, one of your penalty killers up front as well. He's not too happy about it. Frederick got taken down right at the Bruins blue line. Be a trip. Really nothing going on.
Freddie sold that one.
Yeah, he did. And I don't even think it was Kastelik. I think they got the wrong guy. His stick wasn't on him at all. Yeah, that was interesting.
So the Oilers power play, 32.6% success rate on the year. They were 3 for 4 against Pittsburgh the other night. Bruins get a shorthanded chance here. Corrali coming up the left side, throws one to the net. Jari thought he had that one squeezed, and instead it went to the backboards. And now McDavid quickly headed the other way. McDavid across the line. Draisaitl will set up at the right circle. Down low to McDavid. Sends it in front, and they score. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins coming down the backside. Directs that one past Swayman, a power play goal, and Edmonton's on the board first.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little too easy there, and Sean Corrali knew it. That's his man going to the back door. And, they just send it down low to the goal line. Entry into the zone's one thing. The Bruins get back. They get themselves set up. McAvoy's protecting against that pass into the low slot, and it's into the bumper there in between the hash marks. He's protecting that pass and also protecting McDavid taking it to the net. And Corrali just kind of loses Nugent-Hopkins for a second, and the pass right across the top of the crease. The goal line on the left side of Swayman to Nugent-Hopkins' back door. For a goaltender, can you get a stick on it? Maybe, but you're also depending on your man to have Nugent-Hopkins. And unfortunately, Corrali just lost that stick.
8th goal of the year for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 4 of them have come on the power play. And so Boston in a 1-0 hole here. 6:10 to play, first period. And now defensively. Given away in the Bruins zone. Puck lost out of the zone, though, as pass back for Ekholm. He couldn't get there in time to keep it in. Hampus Lindholm along the far side boards. Bruins break out. Eeke through the neutral zone, coming down the middle, fires. Shot blocked over the net by Nurse. Pasternak on the far side circle. It's spun by Draisaitl.
Yeah. Make an argument on that one, a little hook.
Puck cleared out. Eeke back inside the Boston defensive end. McDavid and Draisaitl get the assists on that goal. 21 points now for McDavid in his last 8 straight. As Minton will gather one into the attack zone here. Ran out of room. Jones handed off for Quinn Hudson. Hudson coming toward the left wing circle. Lohrei took it away. Hudson almost got it back, and now Minton's got a handle on it. Pass up the middle to Eyssimont, redirected, goes up over the glass, out of play in the Edmonton zone. 5:04 left here in the first period. It's the Oilers with a 1-0 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms, even the cyber kind.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
5:04 left here in the first period. Oilers with a 1-0 lead. The power play goal by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his 8th of the season, set up by McDavid and Draisaitl at 13:38. Mentioned McDavid now with 21 points in his last 8 games on an 8-game scoring streak. For Draisaitl, that's now 11 assists in his last 6 games. He had 4 assists in the win over Pittsburgh on Tuesday and gets another one here. That's now 1,004 points in his career.
You know, that's the lead, but it probably shouldn't have been a power play in the first place. And still 5 minutes to go in this period. The Bruins have been, except for one chance, they've been really good in this period. I mean, defensively, they've allowed nothing to Edmonton, you know, at 5-on-5, except that one opportunity. Now it's a matter of, you know, putting some offense together, but they've back-checked. They've been paying attention to detail defensively.
Here's Lohrei walking along the blue line. His shot blocked by Henrique will go up and out of play.
You get the lateral movement across. You get some space. You get some separation. Get the puck to the net. Don't go for the big windup. Or you get the separation from Henrique. Go take your steps to the right because you've got good lateral movement, and then go forward. You know, if you stay right at the blue line, it allows Henrique to come across with the stick and get a piece of it because of the big windup.
A glob to center ice. Soderstrom here along the near boards. Keeps it out of the Boston zone. Corrali moves it ahead. Jeannot took a hit from Emberson, but gets the puck deep around the far side boards. Lohrei getting to it first along the far circle and a centering pass for Jeannot.
That's an aggressive pinch and a good pinch right there by Lohrei. Jeannot just fanned on that shot from the slot.
Mangiapane gets it to Henrique at center ice. He'll dump it in. Got Lohrei and Mangiapane. A wrestling match back at the Oiler blue line. They separate. Kusnedinov bringing Boston forward. Gets tripped up coming into the attack zone. And Bruins are going to go to the power play for the first time tonight.
Well, if they're going to call the one on Kastelik, they're going to call Darnell Nurse this one. Edmonton's not happy about it. And both teams not too happy about the penalties that have been called so far.
Edmonton, number 25, 2-minute minor, tripping.
Peter call, tripping.
Peter McDougall and Mitch Dunning, the referees tonight. So with 4:05 to go here in the first period, Bruins down 1, but power play will get their first opportunity.
This one's a little bit more. At least it's the right skate of Nurse that's getting the right skate of Kusnedinov. Kusnedinov tried to cut to the middle on him. One on Kastelik was a bit of a phantom call, wasn't it?
Off the face-off, puck deflected back into the far corner. Geekie and Elias Lindholm both in there trying to dig it free. Zacha as well. It'll squirt in behind the net. Nugent Hopkins brings it toward the near side and sends it all the way down. Oilers penalty killers 21st in the league this season. They've allowed 3 power play goals in their last 2 games. Zacha through neutral ice. Elias Lindholm gains the attack zone. Zacha stepping right in and scores! Pavel Zacha breaking right to the net with a backhander, ties it at 1 with a power play goal.
Yeah, off the rush. You know, Podkolzin, one of the penalty killers. He's trying to sit on McAvoy, making that play back to the, the delay play coming through the neutral zone. He gets beat trying to take away the first pass. And now it's an easy entry into the zone. And the pass from, I believe that was Lindholm, the pass, yes. Just feathering it through for Zacha. There was a give and go between those 2 guys entering the zone. And Zacha makes a nice move, forehand, backhand, and up over top of the glove of Jari. So right off the rush, easy entry because of the play, the cheat by Podkolzin trying to get to that puck. And a nice pass from Elias Lindholm.
So Zacha with his 9th of the season ties it with 3:33 to go here in the first.
Yeah, who comes out right after the power play, right after a goal scored? It's McDavid and Draisaitl here on this line.
Off the face-off win, McAvoy will scale it around behind Jari, who spins it up the far side.
Important shift here, those 2 with Hyman.
Draisaitl with a pass. Off the end of Ekholm's stick, comes in behind Swayman, shot it around the far side corner.
Had more time than he thought.
McDavid at the back of the net. Sends it up the middle here for Bouchard. His shot off of Kusnedinov went wide. Near side. Hyman gets it back down low. Draisaitl stepping out in front. Poke check by Swayman.
Good stick by Swayman. That's an alert stick.
McAvoy to Middlestat and the Bruins break out. Minton coming through neutral ice. Left wing pass for Middlestat was in his skates. Play ends up offside.
Nice play there because the Bruins overplayed in the corner and McDavid recognizes it. It's almost like a 2-on-1 that starts behind the net. He's going to try to attack the net. There's only one defenseman there to help out, and Swayman with the paddle gets that paddle down and take it away.
Face off just outside the Edmonton line, and the Oilers control it. And that puck's going to redirect into the Bruins zone, or Bruins bench, I should say, off the stick of Savoy. So Elias Lindholm and Charlie McAvoy get the assists on Zacha's power play goal. For Elias Lindholm, a goal and 12 assists in the last 10 games. Face off for Elias Lindholm just outside the Boston blue line. Savoy wins it all the way back into Edmonton territory. Nurse played it up the near side boards and wiped out the linesman in the process, but it lines up an icing here against the Oilers.
Just took off his head. It was a one linesman icing call that time because the other one was dusting himself off.
David Brisebois. He'll be the guy to drop the puck as he catches his breath after that one. Darnell Nurse headed back to the bench. His stick is in multiple pieces. So he gets a new one and comes back out for this faceoff. 2:38 to play here in the first.
Yeah, Boston saying, hey, you did that with an icing?
Yeah. How exactly did he break his stick? Here's Hampus Lindholm over to the far circle, trying to set up Pasternak for a one-timer.
There's another pre-scout.
Stastny was able to get the stick to it first. Hampus to Geekie, coming back from the red line toward his own blue line. Hampus Lindholm again. Pasternak, cross ice. He's got Geekie down the right wing side. Stepping in right circle. Shot ramps up out of play.
Now, did Nurse get a piece of that? Is that how that puck got up? Geekie, I thought he'd take that shot beforehand. That's a good passing play to enter the zone. I thought he'd take it right away. I think it ramps up off of Nurse's stick. Defenseman, you go stick on puck, and puck ends up sailing.
Bruins will bring out Corrali, Kastelik, and Jeannot for the face-off in the offensive zone here. Kastelik will take the draw against Henrique. Henrique gets kicked out. So Mangiapane gets in there. Kastelik wins it cleanly. Soderstrom at the right point. He'll play it around behind the net. Moves all the way around to the far circle. And Corrali trying to hold in at the blue line does. Jeannot, far circle. His shot goes up over the net, off a deflection, out of play in the near corner.
It's been the pace has been a little off on this first period, right? I mean, in terms of whistles and a lot of stops and starts in this. But I think the Bruins they're so aware of the way that they need to be dialed in defensively to play against this team. And
Oilers will get a quick clear here. Soderstrom from the center ice circle dumps it in all the way around to the far side corner. Emberson will move it back around to the near side. Soderstrom picks one off near the red line against Mangiapane. Back into Oilers territory, but Stillman starts Edmonton up. They're moving from right to left here in the first period. From the red line, a dump in. Swayman stops it on its backhand, moves it along for Lohrei. Reversed around near side. Corrali can't chop it past Ekholm along the near boards. Free puck near the blue line, and Jeannot has it. Gets it to Lohrei, cutting up the left side. Trying to get it into the middle for Kastelik. That's blocked and goes into the Edmonton bench for another stoppage with 1:22 to go here in the period.
Gotten the dump-ins that they've been looking for, making sure that Edmonton doesn't gather speed through the middle of the ice to enter the zone with speed to make plays. It's done a pretty good job so far. It's only happened a couple times where they've entered the zone with that speed.
Zacha against McDavid on this face-off in the Edmonton zone. Off the draw, Zacha, and to kick it toward Middlestat. Oilers move out. Nugent Hopkins runs into McAvoy coming through the neutral zone. Zadorov back in the near corner. Zacha to Husnadinov. Carrying ahead, pass to the left side for Middlestat. Forced into the Edmonton end, but Bouchard is there. Pass back out towards center ice, picked off by McAvoy, but Husnadinov is in there deep, so can't bring it right back in. Oilers have it back. 52 seconds to play in the period. Bouchard, long pass to the left side for Nugent Hopkins. Soft chip into the left wing corner. Zadorov gets it to Zacha. Into the middle, Husnadinov, but kicked away from him. McDavid sends it back to that far circle. Nugent Hopkins turns. Ekholm to the far side circle. Carrying the puck on his backhand. Zacha forced him in behind the net. Ekholm brings it around near side. Back to Bouchard at the left point. Now Nugent Hopkins out of the blue line. Off the near wall and deep. McAvoy got knocked down onto the puck in the near corner. Middlestat trying to move it up the board. 17 to go in the period. It'll come back in deep. McDavid from the bottom of the near circle tried a shot up high, and that one goes up and out of play.
Boy, Bouchard wanted that puck. He's the right defenseman. He got into the right wing circle, and he had his stick cocked, and he can fire it. They call it the Bouch bomb, right? He can fire it, and he's looking for that pass. You can get to him in the defensive zone, but offensively, he's one of the best in the league offensively. He can fire the puck, he can distribute the puck. They didn't recognize that quick enough.
As a defenseman, last 2 years, 82 points and 67 points for Evan Bouchard.
You talk to people around Edmonton, they say that when the playoffs come, he ups his game, and he ups it big time.
We're going to get a scrum breaking out as time ticks off here in the first period. Puck was locked up in the corner, and a lot of gloves getting up in faces here. as the officials try to calm everyone with the period coming to an end. So the teams exchange power play goals in the first 20 minutes. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the Oilers and Pavel Zacha for the Bruins. And we are tied at 1 after 1 here at TD Garden. We'll be back to talk a little bit more about this Oilers team, and in particular, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl during our first intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support first responders. This season, our 73 Reasons campaign is giving back over $250,000 to protect those who protect us. Join thousands making a difference today at servicecu.org.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland. It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Hit 985thesportshub.com.
But the dream of a Stanley Cup, the franchise's first in 35 years, will die tonight in Florida. Final 10 seconds. One more Edmonton dump in. Final score, Florida 5, Edmonton 1, and the Panthers have repeated as Stanley Cup champions.
Lost to a really good team. Nobody quit. Nobody threw the towel in. They're a heck of a team. You know, the Stanley Cup champions back-to-back for a reason.
Force back by Steele. Only got it to center. Johnston into the Oiler end. Johnston to the right wing corner. Centering pass to Ben. The shot off the post. Scores at the side of the net with Steele. After it hit the crossbar, went right down to Sam Steele, and it's 4-0 for Dallas.
As people, you know, that's what we are at the end of the day. You know, it's emotional. You know, Stu's got a young family. Cooley's got a young family moving across the continent. You know, Jar's the same thing.
Now McDavid, he'll walk in, the backhand, scores! Incredible move by Connor McDavid!
You know, we're winning a lot more games, but
which I think our team has been playing better. But I know Connor, Leon, especially Connor, has really elevated his game in these last couple weeks.
McDavid across, Draisaitl scores! Leon Draisaitl with a one-timer! Draisaitl to Bouchard, to Draisaitl, across to McDavid, in front of the net, shoveled in, scores! Zach Hyman puts it in, and they come off the bench. Leon Draisaitl with 1,000 career points.
Surely just a dream, yeah. Growing up in Germany seems like it's a long ways, So obviously I'm extremely proud of that. But again, I don't want to underestimate how much work comes from the outside as well.
A look at Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and these Edmonton Oilers. Oilers and Bruins tied at 1 after 1. They've come very close here in the last couple of seasons to that elusive Stanley Cup. And now, with the contract that Connor McDavid signed, that 2-year extension, we've talked about at the beginning of this season, clock is ticking there in Edmonton to finally get them over the hump.
Yeah, 2-year extension and not nearly as much money as he could have gotten.
Right.
So he's leaving it open for them to build around him. He doesn't want to. It wasn't long before that Kaprizov was signing a $17 million contract per year. And so McDavid left a lot of money on the table to try to win in Edmonton. And it's going to be up to them to try to build it. So they make the first domino is falling. That was the trade for Tristan Jarry, for Skinner. I mean, Skinner's in nets for 2 years when they make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. But he seemed to be a huge whipping boy up there. And he was. I mean, there's a few guys that are, but he certainly was one of them. If he had 3 good games, and somebody was talking about the other day, if he had 3 really good games and a bad game during a week, the only thing they focused on was the bad game, right? It was just, I guess, at times, but there's also times when the team in front of him kind of let him down as well. And he became the guy that was pointed at. So, but they make the move. We'll see how Jarry works out. And there's a lot of runway left here to see how he works out. They've seemed to figure things out here recently. But any team that has, McDavid and Draisaitl on it is just, they got to be considered contenders, right? I mean, you just have to. They're just that good. It's not just one guy doing it. Some teams have one guy that can do it. These guys have 2 and beyond. They're not just a 2-man team, but they're mainly a 2-man team. It's pretty impressive what they're capable of doing. And they can read off each other so well on the power play. They've been together for their whole careers. So it's fun to watch. I like the period that the Bruins had against them, though. They really did not give the Oilers a whole lot in that period. It was 5 shots. One of them was on the power play goal. And that was a little too easy, to be honest with you. But 5-on-5, they gave up 1 good opportunity. It was a good period defensively for the Bruins. They're dialed in that way. We'll see what happens the rest of the way, offensively, just, with getting their 5-on-5 offense going. So, but they're so dynamic, and it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much space. You just have to be, the details have to be dialed in every time they're on the ice. And especially when they're on the ice together. But even when they're not, you have to be dialed in. They can make you look so bad, especially McDavid, when he gets that speed going the way he likes to.
I mean, playing, when you have 2 generational players playing together for as long as they have, you kind of expect there will be a championship at some point. I guess the question I have, are they good enough defensively to get over that hump? I mean, they've gotten close, but they haven't been able to seal the deal in the final.
I mean, just on paper, no. Unless guys take some big steps defensively, no. Bouchard he's a mistake waiting to happen in his own zone, but he's generally pretty good. He's, good defenseman. Ekholm is good, trustworthy, and they play together a lot. Nurse, I like him, like his game, but once you get past those 3, it's a little iffy. And you say defensively, it's not always just a defenseman. It's whole team. It's all of them. Yeah, how you play as a 5-man unit.
Well, the Bruins and the Oilers are tied at 1 after 1. Power play goals each in that first period. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for Edmonton and Pavel Zacha for the Bruins. Zacha's assisted by Elias Lindholm, and Charlie McAvoy at 16:27 has this game even through 20 minutes. Coming up next, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray, and then we'll be back to get the second period underway here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey New England, Drake May here. I'm always striving for greatness on the field, but greatness doesn't wait. It gets up, shows up, and moves forward. It takes hard work, ingenuity, and progress to achieve it. That's exactly what Chevy had in mind with the Chevy Silverado. Built bold, built for what's next. It has it all. Power, versatility, tech, comfort, the sky's the limit. Everything a great quarterback is looking for on the road. Because I know the Silverado is striving for that greatness just like me. Get to your local New England Chevy dealer today and check it out. The Chevy Silverado. Built to lead, built for greatness.
Hey, it's Felger here, and Boston hockey is back. So grab an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Bruins on the ice. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, the best way to spread cheer this holiday season is to keep your family and friends close. So gift them an Aura frame and keep your family and friends near.
I absolutely love this product, Maz, and I'm not a gadget guy, but I figured out how to use it. It was really simple. Even I could do it. My kids, my wife, we uploaded photos into the app, and that's simple to do on your phone. And the next thing you know, you have this beautiful photo gallery in this frame. It's on my kitchen counter. I really love it.
It's a piece of cake to use. You can upload unlimited free photos and video. There is no subscription fee. You can share items with little effort. You even get a gift box.
And here's a great offer. For a limited time, save on what is the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Matte Frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code WBZ at checkout. That's auraframes.com, A-U-R-A, auraframes.com, promo code WBZ. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support us by mentioning Felger and Maz at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Coleman.
It's electric.
When you need an electrician, call Coleman Electric. From Boston to Bow, New Hampshire, south to Sandwich, west to Worcester, Coleman Electric has an office around your corner and up your block. Remember, it's not Coleman, it's Coleman. K-U-H-L-M-A-N.
It's electric.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, let's take a look at the NHL scoreboard right now. After one period, Chicago and Montreal are tied at 1. Ottawa has a 1-0 lead over Pittsburgh. It's the Lightning 1, Kings 0. End of 1, Capitals with a 2-0 lead over Toronto. And Columbus has a 1-0 lead over the Wild. Midway through the first, Flyers and Sabres are tied at 1. 3 other games tonight. Blues host the Rangers. The Kraken head to Calgary, and the Stars, they'll travel to San Jose. The Patriots are preparing for Sunday's game in Baltimore. The injury report is long. Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, Harold Landry, and Robert Spillane all did not practice today. And Thursday Night Football features an NFC West matchup as Seattle will host the Rams. Do you want to win big and give back this holiday season? The Boston Bruins Foundation 50-50 Holiday Jackpots live, running until December 23rd. The proceeds benefit 5 organizations that help support our community this holiday season. Tonight's beneficiary is Christmas in the City, whose mission is to help local families experiencing homelessness and poverty experience magic around the holidays. Purchase today for a chance to score this game's early bird prize, $2,500 in cash. To learn more, visit bostonbruins.com/5050. Headlines, they're brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off your next drive through oil change. I'm Joe Murray. Second period is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
With a crispy onion cheeseburger, fries, or drink a sundae, the new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything you could want and more. Only at participating locations. DQ. Happy taste good.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to the Bruins Radio Network every home game to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Heading to a game at the Garden this season? Just take the train to North Station. With commuter rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you can ride with $10 weekends. So don't be late battling traffic and parking. Yuck! Buy tickets from a conductor on board or with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with safety insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Oilers are tied at 1. We're joined downstairs by Andrew Peak of the Bruins. And Peakers, you guys take on Edmonton for the first time this year. What's the number one thing that you need to be wary of against a team that's as good as the Oilers offensively?
Protect middle ice is the biggest thing. They're good at carrying the puck up. Obviously they have some elite players that could do that. Staying inside and our forwards to stay above their speed, and us defensemen to keep a good gap and neutralize them to the outside.
Overall thoughts on how you guys did in that first period?
That was a good period. 2 special teams goals, 5-on-5. Not a whole lot happened, which is sometimes that's a good thing. Get the first period underway and get rolling here.
When you, obviously, Marco's talked a lot this year about you guys having to stay out of the penalty box. How important is that tonight?
Yeah, obviously they got some good players that can make plays on the power play. That's a lot of these teams, what they thrive on, us included, right? We get a power play goal and gets us right back in the game. So we just have to be smart. No penalties going to happen in the game, but just being smart, and when the opportunity comes to kill it, we got to capitalize.
Appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to Andrew Peak for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits here at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Andrew Peak telling us, not that much happened in that first period, and that's sometimes a good thing. It's a 1-1 game, each team with a power play goal in that first 20 minutes. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 8th of the year from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl at 13:38. And then the Bruins just about 3 minutes later, 16:27 the time. Pavel Zacha's power play goal is 9th of the year from Elias Lindholm and Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah, all in all, kind of a careful period. First period, does that make sense? Bruins are really disciplined through the neutral zone, the 1-2-2, slow them down, make them dump it in. Don't let McDavid had one entry where he had some speed. He certainly had one on the power play, but not a lot of speed. It was just an entry, but just not allow. Don't give him that time and space that he loves. Where he can do the most damage.
Bruins with a 7-5 shots advantage in that first 20 minutes. 16-12 were the attempts in favor of Boston. Hampus Lindholm gets it from Swayman, wraps it up the far side. Bruins moving from right to left here in the second period. Geekie gaining the attack zone, finds a little lane down the left wing or the right wing side. Try to play it back toward the blue line. It's picked off, and the Oilers will come forward. Podkolzin will get it deep. Swayman stops it behind the net under pressure from Draisaitl. Puck off the back of the net and a centering pass knocked away. Elias Lindholm, I think, was the one who got a stick on that.
Signals cross right there when on that handoff behind the net.
Goals into Draisaitl on the left wing corner, knocked away by Hampus. Pasternak didn't get much on it, but got it out of the zone. Dumped back in by Nurse. Peak goes back to get it. Comes around near side, and McDavid caught a high stick. McDavid was chasing Peak toward the back of the Bruins net, snapped his head back, and Peak's going to head to the penalty box here with 58 seconds gone in the second period.
I'd love to get another look at that. I'm sure we will. They're going to look at him.
Boston number 26, 2-minute minor. High stick.
It's 2 minutes. Referee right there. Peak was a little frustrated with that play. He moves it. Yeah, he got his stick up. I think he actually lifted the stick of McDavid, but he did get it up there.
So the Oilers 1 for 1 on the power play so far tonight, get their second opportunity.
He moved it around the boards, and then I'm not sure if he was just trying to hold McDavid up. And again, one of your better penalty killers in the box. It was Kastelic in the first. Now it's Peak.
McDavid beats Kastelic on the faceoff. Bouchard moves it toward the far side. Centering pass knocked out of the air on the doorstep by Draisaitl, but covered up by Swayman.
I haven't really even seen their power play on full display yet, because it happened fairly quick on the first goal. And we get a whistle on, Draisaitl picked that puck out of the air as the pass got deflected.
Kastelic and McDavid again, far circle down to our right. Now McDavid gets tossed out, and Draisaitl will replace him. 6 seconds off the penalty to Peak. Off the face-off. Oh, it comes right to McDavid for a one-timer from between the circles, and Swayman equal to that. Bruins get a quick clear. Bouchard near the red line. Finds McDavid coming through neutral ice with steam. On the left side, Nugent Hopkins.
He moves it wide to Nugent Hopkins, and then he runs a little interference for him, skating right into Castle.
McDavid coming out from behind the net. Centering pass for Hyman, broken up by McAvoy, and another clear.
Protect that middle.
1:20 to go on the Oiler power play. Bouchard leaves it behind for Draisaitl. Through the neutral zone they come. McDavid down the left wing side into the corner. Gets it back to Bouchard to the point. Walks it toward the center of the blue line. Draisaitl top of the right circle. Back to the far side for McDavid. Steps around Minton to the far circle. A shot saved by Swayman. Rebound out in front. Pinballs around a couple of times, and then Hampus Lindholm clears.
He dragged that puck just around the outstretched stick of Hampus Lindholm to get the shot away. Did McDavid from the left wing circle as he attacked the net.
Draisaitl turns it back up ice. Hands to McDavid. Skating in across the line. Gets stood up by Hampus Lindholm, and Swayman shoots the loose puck out of the zone.
It's a three-man rotation on D. Zadorov, McAvoy, and Lindholm, and they just, one guy stays and the other guy goes off and makes the change with Peak in the box.
25 to go in the Oiler power play. Rimmed around the Bruins zone. Mangiapane in the far corner. Lost it to McAvoy along the end boards. Charlie gets it to Kastelic and cleared.
Really nice effort there by McAvoy.
10 seconds left on a power play. Nurse pass to Mangiapane, and deep it goes. Swayman stops it behind the net. Gives it to McAvoy. Elias Lindholm got it to the blue line. Picked up there by Husnudinov. Peeks out of the box. In across the line. Here's Elias Lindholm with a shot from the top of the right circle. Jari squeezes that one.
Yeah, good kill by the Bruins. There was, one chance there for McDavid as he dragged that puck and got the shot away. That's a good rush. As the power play expires, they get the puck out of the zone. Husnudinov moves it wide. Chance there from Elias Lindholm. McDavid had a one-timer. You don't see him take a lot of one-timers, but this puck, it was Kastelic and Draisaitl off the face-off, and the puck squirted free to McDavid, who was in the slot, top of the circle, get that shot away.
Face-off in the Bruins attack zone now. 3:07 gone second period, tie game. Face-off win by Elias Lindholm. Soderstrom looking for Geekie, center of the blue line. Was thinking one-timer, and it had to pass it instead, and then comes back to Geekie for a blast. Jari makes that save and covers up.
They're lucky the first one got to him. That pass has to be faster from Soderstrom. It's an executed play. It's a set play. with Geekie starting by the hash mark and then popping out near the blue line, looking for a one-timer. Soderstrom's got to move that puck quicker.
That was nearly a breakaway the other direction.
Pass. Yeah, he'll get it. Don't worry. Get the puck to him there.
Good heads up by Geekie to not try and take that shot, or it probably does go the other way.
And then the second effort, he got a shot.
Elias Lindholm plays back into the Edmonton zone here. Emberson to Draisaitl, and out they come. Cutting to the near side, puck Colson. Down the right wing circle against Laura. Skates it in behind the net. Sends it back off to the far side. Stastny with a shot. Whipped away by Swayman in front. Puck dragged out towards center ice by Geekie. Soderstrom's now got it back inside the Bruins zone. 16:15 left second period. Goalie. The pass redirected into the attack zone by Elias Lindholm. Oilers get it right back out. Coming the other way is Janmark. Dropped it off for Frederick, and his shot gets blocked up and out of play.
Soderstrom coming across that time to get a piece. Now the Bruins have to generate something 5-on-5. This is what they're looking to do now. It's one thing to be conscious defensively and what you're doing in that area, and they've got that one checked off so far. You can't let up. But now to get something going offensively.
Face off in the D zone here. It'll be Minton against Frederick. Everybody jumps a little early. They reset. And this face-off win by Minton. Peake goes behind the net with it. Toward the far circle. Peake played it toward the blue line, but Frederick kicked it back toward that far side wall. Oilers get set up here with Ekholm playing it down toward Frederick along the end boards. Pushed to the wall by Peake. Hampus Lindholm without a stick for the moment. Deflected puck near circle, and a chance for Jones from in tight. And then came back out in front, and Frederick couldn't get a stick to it. Steves will clear it.
That was all out of a face-off win by the Bruins. They went around the net. They moved it to the wing, and then there was a turnover as they tried to make a pass into the middle.
Bouchard, hounded by Minton, comes back behind the Oilers' net. To the near circle, Bouchard. I think his teammates change up ice here. Taking his time, and now walks it out toward his own blue line. Right winger pass to Hyman. And around behind Swayman. Comes out of the net, plays it back around toward the near side. Middlestat able to keep it free. Husnudinov, right wing pass. Zacha chasing that along the far side against Stillman. Puck jumped up in the air. Husnudinov settles it down and gets to the front of the net where Jari makes a save. Back of the net, Husnudinov into the far corner. Looking for Zacha. Didn't connect.
It was kind of handcuffed him, tried to go off the wall to him.
Zadorov has it back in the Bruins zone. His pass turned over and played back across to the far side, but that's going to direct over the glass out of play.
It's so far it's a game right now that you have to stay disciplined. And when I say discipline, it's not, it means penalties one thing, but it means positionally and patient and just discipline where you're not running out of position.
As you said earlier, you need to find a way to generate some offense 5-on-5 here as
You'll
well.
hope that your defense will do that for you, though. And they haven't really had a sustained attack. I mean, how many times has either team had the puck in the offensive zone 5-on-5 and generated a bunch of good scoring chances from it? Or any line been in trouble in their D zone? It hasn't happened yet for either team.
Face off at center ice here. Gets directed deep into Bruins territory. Hampus Lindholm going back into the near corner against Savoy. In the far corner, Elias Lindholm passes through the neutral ice. Pasternak was engaged with Nurse ahead at the Edmonton blue line. Geekie comes into the corner hard against Stastny. And now Geekie nearly forced a turnover inside the zone. Instead, Hampus Lindholm, his pass off a skate, comes back near side. Pasternak beats Draisaitl to it. Bruins moving from right to left here in the second period. Pasternak. Loose puck near the red line.
Strange.
Just kind of bouncing around. Nobody could get it.
The puck like almost stopped.
Hampus pass to Corrali. Hands off to Geekie and across the line they come. All the way across to Pasternak at the near wall. One-timer sailed up over the net. Soderstrom a drive. Jari the blocker save. Pasternak near side boards. Battling for possession. Stastny will play it behind the net to Nurse. to that far side and all the way back across to the near side. Draisaitl waiting for it off the carom against Lohrei. Plays it softly on the right wing boards, and Corrali will come back for Boston. 6.5 gone by here in the period. Jeannot tapped it along to Soderstrom, coming out across his own blue line. Plays it ahead from the red into the far corner against Stillman. Henrique and Jeannot both involved over there as well. Stillman toward the back of the net. Emberson sent back to the corner. Corrali's got it. Cross pass to the near side for Lohrei at the point. Right back deep. And Kastelic poked it out toward the front. But the Oilers will steer it away. Soderstrom blocks a angled pass in the neutral ice. Henrique will get it into the Boston zone. Down the left wing side, and a wide angle shot from that far circle. Swayman squeezed against the post to make the save, and there's no rebound. Timeout with 12:52 to go, second period. Bruins 1, Oilers 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
There's nothing like the sights and sounds of the holidays. The crackle of a fire, the tearing of wrapping paper, and the of new gifts. The smell of cookies, ornaments on the tree, and the of new toys, along with the sound of Christmas carols through the Lexus Premium Sound System. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Stay powered through any storm with a generator from L&F Electrical. Reliable, fast, and built to fit your budget. Call 844-LF-WIRES or visit lfelectricalservice.com. Proudly veteran-owned.
The month of holidays and celebrations has arrived. While you're cheering on your teams and wrapping presents, check out findmassmoney.gov. Because here in Massachusetts, 1 in 10 people have unclaimed property. Visit findmassmoney.gov today.
Hey guys, it's David Andrews. If you're headed to a game this season or just looking for the best Italian food in Boston, then you gotta go see my guy Massimo and Aria Trattoria in the North End, located on Hanover Street. Let Massimo and his team do their thing with family-style feasts, prime meats, local seafood, homemade pasta, the best meatballs in Boston, and extensive wine list. Aria Trattoria has it all. Old-world Italian with modern flair. Valet parking out front with second-floor dining overlooking Hanover Street and the North End. That's Aria Trattoria. Check them out and tell them David sent you.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Elias Lindholm and Charlie McAvoy got the assists on Pavel Zacha's first period goal. And with those feeds, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. 12:52 remaining second period. Bruins and Oilers are tied at 1. And a defensive zone faceoff coming here for Pavel Zacha. Wins it from McDavid. Zadorov steps in front of the Bruins net. Pass to the left side for Middlestat. Lobs it across ice, and Zacha juggles it onto his stick down the right wing circle. Spun down going behind the net, and the Oilers will break out. Hyman up the right wing side. Play the puck toward the corner around Zadorov. McAvoy takes a hit, moved the puck behind the net. Zadorov off the skate of Zacha, but McDavid couldn't turn with it at the blue line to keep it in. Bouchard and Ekholm back here for Edmonton. Ekholm over to Bouchard near side. Starts it out of his own zone. Slowly to the red line. Played it to the Boston line. Nugent Hopkins slapped off his stick by McAvoy. Zacha to Husnudinov, back to Zacha near side, back to Husnudinov and across the line, and centering pass is broken up by Ekholm.
Nice job by Ekholm coming across.
Bouchard will play it through the neutral zone. McAvoy is there. 11:50 to go in the period. Edmonton getting some changes on. McAvoy with a pass up the middle here to Minton on the right wing side. Steves going down toward the corner against Emberson. At the back of the net, Minton against Bouchard. Asamon trying to dig it free as well. Minton got it toward that far corner. Steves keeps it moving, gets it back to the point. Peak, his shot blocked, and ricochets out of the zone off of Frederick. Minton gets it right back in. Steves will play it down the right wing boards and around behind to the near corner. Asamon took a hit in the near corner. Minton centered, looking for Asamon taken away. Jones will come back the other direction. Here's Frederick skating into the Boston end. Ridden into the corner by Hampus Lindholm. Frederick stays with it. Turned along the near boards by Peak. And now Steves will come back to get involved. And lifts it up into the air. Glove down the blue line by Stastny. Shot right back into the pile. Hudson tried to play it into the middle. Taken away. Hampus Lindholm will feed one down the ice in on Jari, so no icing.
Good at playing the puck.
And he fires it all the way back to the Boston blue line. And Draisaitl and Savoy got a little tangled with each other. And then the Bruins trying to answer back quickly. But it got away from Geekie. Draisaitl. Long pass across the ice to the far side for Nurse. Spins around behind the net. Zadorov took the hit from Podkolzin. In the near corner, battle for possession. McAvoy and Elias Lindholm both in there here for Boston. Savoy and Podkolzin for Edmonton. Puck comes free to Zadorov. Circling right up the middle.
Pass.
Thankfully, the Bruins get away with it as Geekie moves it up the far wing. Turned over inside the Edmonton zone. Draisaitl got it back out. Puck comes back in his direction. He's looking for a change. Just dumps it into the far corner. Soderstrom, near side circle. Out to center ice. Elias Lindholm sends a short hopper toward Jari, who plays it away. Off the near side boards, it was out of McDavid's reach. That'll be an Edmonton icing here with 9:32 to play in the period.
Some good battles won in the D zone. Yeah, a little bit of an errant pass there from Zadorov, but I mean, he's trying to do the right thing. He just fans on it. But he makes a good play defensively, right? Edmonton trying to catch the Bruins in a line change. Jari quickly up the ice. He's very good at playing that puck, and good pass up the ice to Savoy. And just a little interference. Yeah, it was Savoy and Draisaitl kind of got their signals crossed. Allows Zadorov to make a good defensive play.
Face-off win by Middlestat in the attack zone. Peak tried a shot. Hyman got a stick on that. It goes out of play. We've got 9:27 to go, second period, and it's the Bruins and Oilers tied at 1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Fans, don't forget to place your bid on the 2025 Festival of Trees, with all proceeds benefiting the Boston Bruins Foundation. Bid on a uniquely decorated mini tree, including items selected by Bruins players and their families. Auction runs through December 20th at 10 p.m. Visit bostonbruins.com/Festival of Trees to place your bids. 9:27 to go in the second period. Bruins and Oilers are even at a goal apiece. Razor Minton with a face-off in the offensive zone against Draisaitl, and now he's getting kicked out of the circle. Draisaitl, that is, and so Frederick gets in there. And Frederick wins the face-off back toward the corner. Bouchard will lob it over the head of a Hampus Lindholm and all the way back into Bruins territory. Peak fires up the far boards, kicked ahead by Ekholm, spun back around the net by Podkolzin. Swayman to Peak in the far corner. Loose puck near the blue line, picked up by Minton. Tried to get Asimon up the left side, but Bouchard knocked that away. Oilers with possession. Podkolzin to Draisaitl. Fires in from the right wing boards, all the way around to the far side. Frederick, bad hop out of the corner for the Bruins. Podkolzin's got it. Sends it back to the point. Bouchard, center of the blue line. Walks it toward the near side, hands off to Draisaitl, cutting back toward the blue line, threw it in front. Peak steered it away from there, and Hampus Lindholm will get the clear, but right to Draisaitl in the neutral zone. Just inside the Boston line, Steves regains. Peak goes behind the net, leaves it toward the near corner for Hampus, and around the far boards, all the way to the attacking blue line. Asimov fighting his way through Nurse. Waiting for the rest of his line to change here, and had Jeannot coming on late. Puck directed instead to Soderstrom. His shot goes up over the net and came back out to that far post. Jeannot poking at it, but Jari covered up.
Yeah, he had Asimon had a pass right away. He did the right thing, right? He pulled up on that right side. You're waiting for help. I think the first pass just missed, but they're able to keep it in. Deflected shot up and over the net, and Jari alertly covering that puck up.
Face off to Jari's left here. Kastelik wins it toward that far wall. Jeannot got tangled over there with Nurse. Corrali gets it back to the point. Soderstrom with a drive, and that one is saved through some traffic by Jari.
Yeah, had to pick that puck up through a little bit of traffic, exactly. A nice wrist shot from the point. Soderstrom getting it all the way through. It's in an area where you can tip it. At a height, I should say, where you can tip it.
Face off to Jari's left again for Kastelik. And he wins it. Soderstrom from the right point. Backs toward the center of the blue line. Now goes back to the right side. Henrique blocked his attempt. Puck comes around behind the net, just past Kastelik. Played up the near side. Enmark got it into neutral ice. Henrique across the line, and Soderstrom coming back to keep that away from Mangiapane in the slot.
Was forced to play D that time because Lohrei was up there in the neutral zone, but nice job by Soderstrom coming back to the stick.
Stastny tried to leave the puck in the near corner. Bruins regain. Corrali behind the net.
Yeah, I'd like to see them try to go to work a little bit more here in that offensive zone with some physical play. You know, they haven't really been able to get to that part of their game yet.
There's Janmark into the Bruins zone 1-on-3, forced into the far corner. Gets it back to Bouchard now at the point. Over to Ekholm, and winds it deep. McDavid at the back of the net to the near side point. Bouchard. Nugent Hopkins coming along the near boards. Cycles it along for McDavid, moving toward the slot. Now Bouchard with a drive from the blue line. And a save by Swayman. Rebound gathered out of the zone here by Zadorov, and he'll dump in from the red line. Bruins are changing. 7:05 to play here in the second in a 1-1 game. Ekholm to Bouchard. Toward the Boston line for Nugent Hopkins. Couldn't get going from there. Loose puck near the red line. Husnadinov winds up with it. Carries in across the Edmonton line. Far circling into the corner. It'll come back toward McAvoy at the right point. His shot got through to Jari. He makes that save, and again, no rebound.
Man, it's hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
12 saves now in the night for Tristan Jari on 13 Bruin shots. 9 out of 10 for Jeremy Swayman tonight. As the puck gets volleyed through the neutral zone off the Oilers win of the faceoff, they'll get an icing here. And a faceoff will come back down into their end. Jeremy Swayman, 7 of his last 9 starts, he's given up 2 goals or less. That includes the win over Utah the other night, where he stopped 20 out of 21.
So it's those numbers are the majority. It's the ones that, you know, you give up 6 against Minnesota that show up,
sure,
that skew the numbers a little bit.
Since the start of November, he's 11-4 with a 2.42 goals against average. And there's a couple of games like you're talking about that are in there where the score's gotten run up a little bit. Face off here for Middlestat. Puck came toward Jari and off into the far corner. Battle for possession along the boards. Far side, right at the blue line. Kept in. Here's Middlestat coming toward the high slot. Puck chopped off his stick. Played out of the zone by McDavid. Hyman Dumps in. Swayman stops it behind the net. Quickly back into the corner for Zadorov. Round to the far side. McAvoy under pressure. Stillman will keep that in for Edmonton. McDavid around the near side. Emerson waiting at the right point. Back to McDavid coming up toward the top of the face-off circle in the high slot. Hands off now to Draisaitl coming down the right circle. A save made by Swayman, and the rebound got forced wide of the net.
Pinballed around.
And Hyman winds up in Jeremy Swayman's net. Bruins clear the puck. Emerson's back here for Edmonton. 5:45 to go in the second. Oilers gain the attack zone here with Quinn Hudson. Shot off the end boards toward the side of the net. Jones played for Draisaitl, near side hash marks. Back toward Jones in the corner. Up against Elias Lindholm. McAvoy gets involved as well. Puck comes free. Here's Jones, right circle. Shot save. And the rebound, they score. And it's Quinn Hudson who gets the Oilers the lead back with 5:22 to go here in the second.
Well, that's what they're saying. If they can get some goals, if they can get a goal or a couple goals from their lower two lines, that's his first goal, first point. But good work along the wall by Jones. And then they get locked up, and Jones ends up getting the shot away as the puck breaks free. And then the Bruins can't contain Hudson going to the net.
And just the fourth NHL game for Quinn Hudson out of BU. Older brother of Montreal's Lane Hudson. And his first NHL point, as you mentioned. So it's a 2-1 Oilers lead with 5:20 to go here in the second. Savoy the dump in, and Swayman plays it to the near corner. Goalie got it to Elias Lindholm, trying to get it ahead to Pasternak. Broken up in the neutral zone. Stastny comes back towards center ice and sends a backhand floater into the left wing corner. Soderstrom to Laura. Geeky. One touch along to Pasternak. Elias Lindholm gathers it in, coming through neutral ice. In across the line. Crossing pass all the way across near side. Geeky's one-timer just missed.
Jari's hurt.
Yeah, Jari slow in getting up after making the effort to try to block that.
Referee went and talked to him. He said he was okay, but he got up very slowly.
Puck back into the Bruins zone here. Lorai knocks it off the stick of Janmark. In the near corner. Puck will come behind the Bruins net. Janmark sends it back into the corner and back now to the point. Bouchard. Henrique off the far side wall. Ekholm skates it in behind the Bruins net. Around to the near circle. Steps right out in front. And it was Pasternak who was there to knock that puck off his stick. Corrali will lob it back through center. Oilers try to reload quickly. Puck will trickle in toward the near side of Swayman's net. He sends it back out. Henrique got it to the Boston line. Hampus Lindholm.
Got far side if he wants it.
Under pressure from Henrique. We get a whistle.
Like they were changing, Edmonton was, and I think that put that offsides.
So 3:52 to go here in the second period, and Edmonton is back in front. It's a 2-1 game here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
The Shaws and Star Market Foundation has teamed up with Andrew Peak for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time he or one of his teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative donate to end hunger in our communities. Since it began, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million nationwide, ensuring neighbors have the nutrition they need to thrive. Here with each assist, the foundation will donate $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
3:52 left second period. Oilers have a 2-1 lead, but they are going to change goaltenders after Jari looked to be injured after that Morgan Geekie one-timer attempt. He departs, and Calvin Pickard will come in off the bench here to take over.
Yeah, it's he was moving left to right. That pass came from the right wing side over to the left for Geekie. He was rolling it. The puck was on edge just a little bit. And Geekie got a lot of it, but missed the net. But you know, as he was coming across, Jari must have pulled something. He was really slow to get up, stayed in there. But to be honest with you right now, the 5-on-5, the Bruins haven't tested Jari all that much.
Right. Well, he departs with 12 saves on 13 Bruin shots so far tonight. Hit behind the net on Hampus Lindholm. Puck out in front. Steve's trying to scramble to it far circle. Nurse will play it back in deep. Peak up the far boards for Steves. Turns into the middle for Hampus Lindholm. Hampus skating through center ice. Brings in across the line. Left wing pass for Asimon. Asimon toe drags into the slot, and his shot turned away by Pickard. Tester on his first. Draisaitl brings the Oilers back with numbers the other way. Podkolzin will play it back down deep here for Draisaitl. Gets hit by Zadorov. Steves coming into the near corner and up toward the hash marks. Ustedinov will get the puck out to center ice and dump in from there. 2:45 to play here in the second. McDavid dumps it around the glass. Hits a stanchion, kicks out in front of Swayman. Bouchard from the right point. Nugent Hopkins hands it back to Bouchard at that point. Over to the far side, and the shot blocked in front by Zadorov as Ekholm couldn't get it through. Crossing pass comes to Bouchard off the carom, and a shot knocked down by Swayman. Middlestat able to take one away out near the blue line. Zaka will bring the Bruins forward from just inside the Edmonton line. Sends it all the way around. McAvoy tried to hand it off along that far side, picked off by Hyman.
Yeah, I got the signals crossed.
McAvoy rides Hyman into the boards at the Boston blue line. Mason Lohrei comes out from behind the Boston net. Forced back toward the near corner by Jones. Sends a pass through the slot over to the far side for McAvoy. Geekie backhands a pass across the ice. Pasternak just inside the Edmonton line. Forced back out. Soderstrom dumps it back in. Pickard try to play it behind the net. Picked off by Pasternak. Loose puck. Elias Lindholm one-timed it on goal. And Pickard made the save.
Now they've had two good opportunities, right? 5-on-5.
Soderstrom to Lohrei inside the Bruin zone. Pasternak wheels it through neutral ice. Pass off the skate of Elias Lindholm. It'll come to Geekie. Far side, they gain the attack zone. Thrown back to the net here by Lindholm. Angled off toward the near side by Pickard. Got away from Pasternak, and it'll be brought back through neutral ice here for the Oilers. Janmark in across the Boston line. Off the carom far side. Here's Pasternak with a break. Pasternak, Nurse catching up with him, able to take him down. Geekie along the far wall kept it alive. Peak to Hampus Lindholm, stepping into the left circle. Going right to the front of the net. Pickard the save.
Yeah, fans were a little upset there, but I thought Nurse did a nice job coming back. Pasternak had to stop for that puck, and Nurse had a head of steam. That's why he was able to catch him.
Peak from the red line, dumps it back in around the near boards. It comes right to Minton. Minton against Nurse as they go back behind the net. Jeannot out of the far corner. Back to Peak. One-timer, and that one tipped in front. Goes off the glass in the near corner. Kastelik to the top of the circle. Minton turnaround shot was blocked. Gets it right back. Plays it off the near boards to Jeannot in the left wing corner. 23 seconds to go in the period. Minton near the top of the face-off circle. Knocked off his stick. Janmark will play to the blue line and out. And now here's Savoy. Oh, he was behind everyone.
Hampus Lindholm blew a tire there.
Puck bounded on him and went into the far corner. 8 seconds to go in the period. Bruins trying for one last rush here. Ustedinov just inside the line, lost it. Savoy near the Boston line and gets it to Draisaitl, but they'll run out of time before they can get off another shot. So the Oilers lose their starting goaltender in Jari. Pickard gets tested a few times there late in the period, But the Oilers will take a 2-1 lead to the locker room at the end of 2 periods here at TD Garden. And we'll return with our second intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a rugged new Passport, Pilot, or Ridgeline. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never-give-up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL Shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. Fanatics experience.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
The new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything and more. With a Crispy Onion Cheeseburger, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae, you gotta try the new Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal. For a limited time at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Played for Draisaitl, near side hash marks, back toward Jones in the corner. Up against Elias Lindholm. McAvoy gets involved as well. Puck comes free. Here's Jones, right circle. Shot, save, and the rebound, they score. And it's Quinn Hudson who gets the Oilers the lead back with 5:22 to go here in the second. Quinn Hudson, the former BU Terrier, with his first NHL goal, has the Edmonton Oilers on top 2-1 after 2 here at TD Garden. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. It was a rather interesting last 5 or 6 minutes of that period between that goal and then the flurry against Pickard after he came on in place of Tristan Jarry late. Bruins got 4 shots on him in the final 4 minutes of that period.
Been waiting for that from the Bruins. It looked like something got their attention. Not that they were playing poorly. They just weren't really pushing it all offensively. So worried about defensive structure and defensively how they want to play and making sure that they don't give up a lot to 97 out there, that you sacrifice some of the offense. You can still have offense without cheating. You start to cheat, now you get into trouble. Now you're going to give him some opportunities. But so right now it's the 2 goals that are scored by Edmonton, not off the rush, not and not really. I mean, they scored 1 on the power play. There was a little bit of a breakdown for them, coverage-wise on that power play. And then they score another one off of kind of a missed coverage, really. I mean, a battle that was won, and Jones got the puck on net, and then Hudson's able to get back to the front of the net first, and he gets the rebound opportunity. So, it's not the structure through the middle of the ice has been good. They haven't given them much. They haven't given them speed. Coming in that area, getting in, entering the zone. They haven't given 97 and 29 much in this game. It's been so far so good in that department, but you find yourself down 2-1. You've got to create some offense for yourself, and that's, but they have to do it without sacrificing the D part of it, and they did. How do you do that? You work them down low. You work their in that offensive zone. I give Edmonton some credit as well. They've been playing some good defense. They've been good defensively and connected, as a unit so far in this game. Can you break them down by being a little bit more physical on them, putting them back against the glass there, in their own zone, forcing them into a couple turnovers maybe in their own zone? They're not perfect back there, that's for sure, and you can try to take advantage of it. And I think the Bruins got a little bit of that push, late in the second. You had the one good chance with Jari still in the net. That was the one-timer by Geekie. That's what sent Jari from the game. His movement from left to right, obviously tweaking something. But, Pickard goes in, and he gets tested right away. And you said he had to make 4 saves. And, they were all good. They were all good opportunities. And a lot of that hasn't happened yet. So good to see finally. But, now we'll see what they've got in the third period in order to continue to push that way. Usually they get better as the game goes on, right? You try to frustrate the Oilers, but the Oilers can be less frustrated now that they have the 2-1 lead. Playing against that system, isn't easy. It's for guys, high skill guy, because they want to go. They want to go, and they want to go, and now they can't go, and the Bruins haven't let them go. But you're up 2-1, so it's a little bit more. It's a little easier to take.
Well, it's a 1-goal deficit here, so maybe you don't go wide open here if you're the Bruins offensively. No, but I'm saying, like, going into the third period, this is a team that has not come from behind in the third period yet this year. They're 0-12 when they trail after 40 minutes. As good as they've been in closing games when they're ahead, undefeated in 16 tries, they're 0-12 when they try to come from behind in the third.
But they haven't gotten to their game in the offensive zone yet. And that's their forecheck and what they're able to create offensively off that forecheck hasn't been there enough. I mean, they had some shots that dented the crest there, the Oiler crest, from the point, looking for tips. They haven't been able to get tips. They haven't been able to get second chances. So this is an area that they can still have massive improvement on without opening their game wide open. You put Edmonton back on their heels and attack them and forecheck them better. That's not opening up your game. That's not cheating it. It's you're playing the game the right way, and then you recover defensively. You keep everything in front of you, and you recover defensively when Edmonton breaks the puck out. But no one's saying you can't play offense. So that they've got to get to that part of their game here in the third period again.
2 big guns tonight. Morgan Geekie, David Pastrnak, and combined 1 shot on goal through 2 periods.
Pasta's been off a little bit here today. I mean, Geekie had that one good chance. The puck was rolling a little bit on him, and he missed it wide to the glove hand side. But those guys have been off just a little bit here in this game so far. Anyhow, it doesn't take much for them to get going either.
So it's a 2-1 Oilers lead after 2. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins power play goal in the first period for Edmonton, matched 3 minutes later by Pavel Zacha, his 9th of the year for the Bruins, also on the power play. And then Quinn Hudson's first from Max Jones and Leon Draisaitl, who's got 2 assists tonight. 14:38 the time of that second period goal to make it 2-1 Edmonton. Time for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Together for the first time, don't miss Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte at Xfinity Center August 12th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Checking the Sports Hub headlines coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Celtics fans, be sure to enjoy all the Boston Celtics action this season, whether it's your neighborhood bar, restaurant, or cheering from home with an ice-cold, refreshing Corona, the official cerveza of the Boston Celtics. La Playa awaits. Corona must be 21. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Your holiday plans just got tastier at the 99 restaurant. Picture this: creamy, dreamy new lobster carbonara or satisfying new baked stuffed shrimp and lobster casserole. Celebrate big with us. You gotta love the Nines.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of internet past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
L&F is a veteran-owned company offering premier services such as heat pumps, panel upgrades, and more. Visit lfelectricalservice.com.
I'm Jen Harper, the founder of Cheekbone Beauty. We grew the brand to like $1 million from a corner of my basement. I don't feel like I'm technology savvy whatsoever, but companies like Shopify exist, so you can literally build a website in an evening. I really look at it like the sort of the level of the playing field, and Shopify just made it like foolproof. It was so easy. I don't think I could ever go work for anyone else ever again. We're Cheekbone Beauty, and we're powered by Shopify.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. The Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NHL scoreboard right now after 2 periods. Chicago and Montreal, they're tied at 1. It's Ottawa 3-0 over Pittsburgh. Kings, they have a 2-1 lead right now over Tampa Bay, while the Capitals, they have a 2-0 lead over Toronto heading into the 3rd period. Right now, Wild, Blue Jackets tied at 2, end of 2, and the Flyers, they got a 2-1 lead over the Sabres. And after 1 period, St. Louis, they have a 1-0 lead over the Rangers. Calgary and the Kraken at 9 o'clock. Stars travel to the Sharks at 10 p.m. Patriots, they're getting ready for Sunday's game versus Baltimore, but the injury report is long. Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, Harold Landry, and Robert Spillane all did not practice today. In Thursday night football, it's an NFC West matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams. Second quarter, Seahawks have a 7-3 lead. The Bruins Stadium Series jersey has arrived. Don't wait to get your hands on this limited edition sweater before the Bees fly south to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 2026 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. Bruins Gold takes center stage, featuring a football-inspired logo treatment, new bear slash details, and the sunshine motif. Visit BostonBruinsProShop.com or stop by the Pro Shop located at the Hub on Causeway to grab your jersey before the sellout. I'm Joe Murray. 3rd period's next to the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, got to be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Electrical contractors, your crews have better things to do than sit in their trucks and name cloud formations. Let Granite City Electric Supply get your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery to your job site by 6 a.m. Or pick up your materials with 24/7 access at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations. Let's face it, knowing your supplies will arrive at 2 p.m. doesn't help you in the morning. Experience the GCE Night Train difference from Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
You work hard for your money. It's time to put your money to work for you. Buy a commercial Ford vehicle before the end of the year, and you could potentially save a bundle at tax time. Take advantage of this opportunity before December 31st on the #1 selling commercial vehicles for 40 consecutive years. And start working smarter with your money. Consult your tax advisor. Then visit your New England Ford dealers to learn more. Based on S&P Global Mobility, CY 1985 to 2024 U.S. TIPNet registrations, excluding registrations to individuals.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. This is Boston's home for sports.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Top right wing circle, Heinen, right of the net to Brusque. Look at the rookies are working, and McAvoy gets a pass and scores!
McAvoy just gave a shot. He just took one, too. We're going to drop the gloves.
That's he and Pierre-Luc Dubois, couple 19-year-olds. Dubois fires a couple right hands. McAvoy with a right. McAvoy an uppercut. McAvoy a right cross. McAvoy a right. Dubois gets one free. McAvoy takes him down. McAvoy with it as Jones has to get back on side. Far circle. Heinen shoots. He scores! Charlie McAvoy firing into the far circle.
This date in Bruins history taking us back to December 18th, 2017. Charlie McAvoy with a Gordie Howe hat trick in a 7-2 victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets in that game. This date in Bruins history being restored by Blue Sky. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. 2-1, Edmonton leads it as we go to the third period here at TD Garden. Second game of this 5-game homestand. Bruins going to host the Vancouver Canucks here on Saturday night. That'll be a 7 o'clock face-off once again. Pre-game coverage across the network at 6:30. Calvin Pickard remains in goal here for Edmonton after the injury to Jari in the second period. Pickard had to come on and play roughly the last 4 minutes of that second period. Expect that he would go the rest of the way here. Bruins will go from left to right here in the third period. Pete gets it deep right off the bat. Bouchard sends it around the near side. Got away from Podkolzin. Fired toward the net by Pasternak. Geeky at the back of the net has Elias Lindholm. Reaching around him, knocked the puck free was Ekholm. Ekholm backhands behind the net. Bouchard in the far corner, pressured by Pasternak, and now by Lindholm as well. Pasta's got the puck back on the far hash marks. We got a penalty coming.
Bouchard, and talking to a couple Edmonton people, they say, look, if you guys can, if the Bruins establish a forecheck, Edmonton's defense will be in a giving mood. They'll turn the puck over. That's been their downfall a lot of the times this season. Bruins get in on the forecheck, and it's not a hard forecheck, but they create the turnover, and Bouchard gets the stick in on Pasternak's hands right in front of the referee.
So the Bruins 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. Get one here just 30 seconds into the period. And they win the faceoff. McAvoy along the blue line. Thrown toward the net by Geekie, kicked out in front, comes all the way back to center ice. Geekie and McAvoy back here inside the Bruins zone. Zacha gives to Elias Lindholm when they start it up. Back and forth, they deal it through the neutral zone. Elias just inside the line. To Pasternak, right circle, trying to get it across. It was blocked.
It's Zacha's skate. He was trying to get it over to Geekie in the left wing circle.
Zacha back of the net. Tried to get it around the near side, and that's taken away and cleared all the way down by Henry. Swayman hands off to McAvoy as he circles back behind the Bruins net. Up the right side for Elias Lindholm. Zacha coming through center. On the left side, he's got Geekie. Stops along the left circle. Back to McAvoy at the point. On to Pasternak, near side, back to McAvoy. One times it toward the net, kicked wide, and brought back in behind. Geekie trying to get it to Pasternak, taken away, but held in at the line by McAvoy. Pasternak, deflected, goes up off the top of the net. And Nugent Hopkins has it. He'll clear it for McDavid, shorthanded. McDavid on the breakaway, scores on the backhand. 3-1 Edmonton, a shorthanded goal for Connor McDavid.
You just see him, he just takes off right out of the zone. And McAvoy's trying to keep that puck in. So the shot from Pasternak gets deflected by Nurse, goes off the top of the net, ricochets into the far corner, and then the Oilers come up with the puck, and McDavid just takes off. And the breakaway for McDavid, he's going to go forehand, backhand, and just past the outstretched left leg there of Swayman. Just comes at you with so much speed.
21st goal of the season for McDavid, his second point of the night. And now the Bruins down 2. 40 seconds to go on their power play. Steves gets it to Hampus Lindholm. Middlestat top all the way across, and Pickard sliding to his right. Takes one away from Loron. Center blue line. Hampus fires. Save. Rebound is loose there in front. Asimon and Middlestat. Middlestat got it to that far circle, and Steves a one-timer turned away. Loron back to Hampus Lindholm, high slot. Gave it to Middlestat and right back in front. And that one blocked by Stastny, and he'll clear. 10 to go on the power play. Asimon's back into the offensive zone against Nurse near circle. Back to Hampus Lindholm, stepping toward the high slot with a shot. Save made. Middlestat rebound, got it right back to the front of the crease, but cleared away, and Bouchard's out of the box, and he's got the puck at center ice. Sends it into the right wing corner and heads off at a change. 17:15 to go, and the Bruins now down 3-1, and they'll get called for an icing here.
Yeah, that second unit sharper than the first unit. I mean, getting pucks to the net, some good opportunities. Pickard standing tall. He made a couple of big saves, including the one on Lohrei from deep in the left wing circle. Pucks all around the net. No Bruin able to find it for a rebound chance. Lindholm gets the puck to the net a couple times. Good pressure by the forwards. That was a little more urgency in a power play.
Right. Goal by McDavid is the 5th shorthanded goal allowed for the Bruins this year. The 4th scored by the Oilers. Look over by the Boston bench. They're trying to get some changes on here. It'll come back into Oilers territory, and Stillman. Here is McDavid. Edmonton moving from right to left. McDavid flying down that right wing side, trying to get around Zadorov, who did force him wide of the net, and gets the puck back. Minton will break it out to the red line and a dump in. Wraps around behind Pickard. Stillman tried to play it back toward the far corner, cut off by Kastelik. Stillman and Jeannot along the end wall. Puck goes into the far corner. Minton gets to it first. Sends one in front. He had Jeannot there, but Stillman knocked it away. McDavid turning through his own zone with possession. Stillman now will come back behind the net. Edmonton is changing. Brought around toward the near side circle by Ekholm. Hands back to Draisaitl. Gets to center ice. Chips into the right wing corner. Soderstrom played back around that far side wall. Elias Lindholm with a pass out to center ice that misses Pasternak, and that'll be an icing.
So now it's a 2-goal game, and not quite there yet, but things are going to start to change. I mean, you got to, I'm not saying to open it up, but you got to have more of a sense of urgency on the offensive end right now. And it's fine, and to try to have structure through the neutral zone, but now you have to show a little more sense of urgency in the offensive end.
D-zone face-off, Elias Lindholm against Draisaitl. Elias wins it. Soderstrom behind the net to Laura. Geekie will leave it in that far circle to Laura. Up through neutral ice. Geekie's pass picked off at center ice by Draisaitl. Edmonton right back in on the attack. Knocked away from the near circle. It comes loose to Jones, a backhander, and a big stop there by Swayman with the glove.
That turnover in the neutral zone that time. Geekie trying to go cross ice to Pastrnak. I think there's any question those two haven't had their A game at to this point anyhow. Not what we're used to seeing.
No. Mentioned it was only one shot on goal between Pastrnak and Geekie combined through 40 minutes. Here's circle to our left. Corrali against Henrique on the faceoff, and Henrique gets kicked out, so Savoy will stand in. McDavid shorthanded goal from Nugent Hopkins and Darnell Nurse, scoring at 1:41 of the third period. McDavid now a goal and an assist tonight. Gives him 10 goals and 12 assists in an 8-game scoring streak. Puck shot wide of the net. Asimont plays it out into neutral ice. Here's Steves, gathers it in across the line, gives to McAvoy the trailer, trying to get into a shooting position, and then try to get it back to Steves, and the puck bounded away from him. Volleyed back out to center.
Just a little too slow to develop.
Hampus Lindholm sends it through the neutral zone. Nurse took a tumble near his own blue line, and that puck's going to get directed up and out of play into the crowd near side.
Yeah, so they've switched it up a little bit on the bottom two lines. You got Corrali playing in between Asimont and Steves. They got Mitten playing with Janot and Kaslik, trying to get something established forecheck wise.
Going back to that Mitten, Janot, Kaslik line, which has been so effective until recent games when they split them up. Corrali's been centering those two. Puck in the near corner of the Edmonton zone will come behind the net. Emerson going toward the far side corner. Taken away by Middlestat, but now turned back over, and McDavid comes back through the neutral zone. Nugent Hopkins on the left wing. Plays around behind the net. Hyman in that far corner against Middlestat. Zadorov got it up the wall to Zacha. Zadorov looking for a penalty as he went flying. Peak will bring the Bruins ahead. Chipped into the right wing corner. Emerson will turn it right back toward the near side. Peak kept into the line. Over to Zadorov. Throws one to the net. Glove stopped by Pickard. No rebound.
Yeah, bring that shot down a little bit. Like force him to make a save and control a rebound as opposed to just putting it in his glove. Dorf was a little frustrated from earlier in the shift when he was looking for the penalties you mentioned.
Face off in the offensive zone for Elias Lindholm. 14:33 to play. Draisaitl will oppose. Linesman given a head nod, trying to get the Oilers back on side. It came to Pastrnak. His shot got blocked. Geekie got upended in the slot. Puck played up ice here by the Oilers. Frederick will spin it in behind the net. McAvoy trying to keep it moving. Now it'll come to Geekie. He's got Pastrnak coming through neutral ice. Tracks it toward the near side boards. Pass toward the middle for Elias Lindholm, who was trying to stay on side, but the Oilers will regain. Ekholm at the back of the Edmonton net. Steps out toward the near circle. Slowly makes his way out to the blue line. Cuts to his left and dumps it in from the red. Hampus Lindholm at the far circle. Passed out of the zone. Missed both Elias Lindholm and Pastrnak. Ekholm's got it back. Circles in behind the net. Pastrnak tried to chase him and lost his edge. Into the Bruins zone, and Lohrei knocks down Hyman, and they're going to call Lohrei for a cross check. So Edmonton will go to the power play with 13:41 to go here in the third period. And the Oilers with a 3-1 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Blue Chew is the first chewables that give you confidence in the bedroom. Go to BlueChew.com today, enter the promo code HUB to get your first month free. Just pay $5 shipping.
This holiday season, let the light shine bright. From all of us at L&F Electrical, we're grateful for the trust our customers place in us every day. Wishing you peace, joy, and a safe, happy holiday season.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Mason Lohrei goes to the penalty box for cross-checking Zach Hyman. And with 13:41 to go here in the third period, Edmonton with a 3-1 lead and a power play chance for the third time tonight. They are 1 for 2 with a man advantage.
Yeah, it's a Hyman stops, protects the puck, and Lohrei, he gets the shaft of the stick on the numbers of Hyman. You're allowed a little leeway there. You can push a guy. You just can't have that cross-checking motion. The referee had a really good look at it. He was right there. So in his eyes, that was the cross-checking motion. And
only the 4th penalty taken by Lohrei this season. Bouchard's got it at the blue line. Gives to Nugent Hopkins. Here's McDavid from the side of the net. Back to Nugent Hopkins, and his shot forced up over the net, out of play.
The Bruins had a successful penalty kill in the second period. Had a couple shots did Edmonton on. McDavid had a couple of chances.
It was Nugent Hopkins who scored their power play goal in the first period. Set up by McDavid and Draisaitl. They've taken the assist away from Draisaitl on the second goal. He was originally credited with the secondary assist there. So only 1 point for him so far tonight as he gets in on the faceoff here against Castle. McAvoy will send it behind the net. Zadorov rims it around the far side, tipped off McDavid's stick and comes bounding through center. McDavid comes back into his own zone. And a screen from Bouchard as he skates it through center ice. Turns it over at the Boston line.
Nice job there with Corrali and Kastelik.
Now the Oilers will start from their own end here again. Minute 26 to go in the Lohrei penalty. Bouchard at Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins will bring it to the Boston line. Chips it off the near boards. Tried to get it himself. Zadorov beats him to it. Back of the net. McAvoy sends it to the near side. Cut off by McDavid. Bouchard walks it to the center of the blue line. Gives it back to the left for McDavid. Back again to Bouchard. And now McDavid, top of the left circle. Looking for options. Goes to Nugent Hopkins. Peels out of the corner. McDavid at the dot. Back to Bouchard. High slot. Shot blocker save Swayman. Near side boards. Knocked away from McDavid by McAvoy and Jeannot. And Jeannot sends it the length of the ice. 45 seconds left in the Oilers power play. 12:23 to go third period. Edmonton with a 2-goal lead. McDavid with speed through the neutral zone. Lost it again at the Boston line. Knocked away by Peake. Corrali's got it.
Poke check by Peake there, right? He's flying. That's the delay play through the neutral zone.
Corrali has his pass picked off just outside the blue line by Nugent Hopkins. McDavid backhands one far side. Draisaitl has it off of Karam. Nurse pushed it toward the left wing corner. Peake to it first. Usnadinov rushing over to the far side. Can't get it out. Nugent Hopkins to Nurse at the left point. 10 to go on the power play. Draisaitl to McDavid, back to Draisaitl, coming down the right circle, threw it in front, ricocheted into the crease, and Swayman covers.
Good kill. You served 4 seconds ago, but pretty good kill here by the Bruins. I mean, twice they stand up at the neutral zone, or right at the blue line, I should say, and poke pucks away from an oncoming McDavid. That time Draisaitl tries to center the puck, and Swayman had an aggressive stick on the ice to make sure that pass doesn't come across. But he has to keep that left pad down because in blocking the pass, it ended up on his pad.
Face-off will be to Swayman's left. As you mentioned, 4 seconds left on the penalty, 11:44 left in the third. Elias Lindholm will take the draw and win it. McAvoy circles behind the net. Lohrei comes out of the box to even it up. So the Bruins 2 out of 3 on the PK tonight. Lohrei bats one into the Edmonton zone. The Oilers will control from there. He then heads off on a change as Geekie jumps on to complete the unit. And Japani redirects it in wide of Swayman. Zadorov out of the far corner. Geekie at that far circle. Lost it to Mangiapane. McAvoy regains in the corner. Comes behind the net with a pass to the right side for Pasternak, and out they come. To McAvoy coming through center ice. In across the line. Left wing pass for Geekie. Sends it back to Zadorov. And a pass to the right circle, just out of Elias Lindholm's reach. Throws it across ice. Pasternak back to Zadorov. One-timer. Save made and a scramble for the rebound. And Pickard's got it covered at the top of the blue paint.
Passed up a couple opportunities to shoot there as well, but that time finally Zadorov takes it. He's in good shooting position. The pass over to Lindholm didn't work, but track one down, get it over to Geekie in the left wing circle. He's going to slide it back, put it on a tee for Zadorov, and then rotate to the front of the net. Excuse me, it was Pasternak who got it back to him, but need more of that. Pickard's been good when called upon. But
face-off will be to his right. It's 10:59 to go. Pickard has stopped all 7 shots on goal that he has faced so far. Mark volleyed out into neutral ice, and Peak will glove it down. Pass it along near side for Pasternak, trying to direct it into the attack zone. Stopped by Draisaitl. And back into neutral ice. Heavy hit by Minton in the Edmonton zone on Emberson. Here's Hampus Lindholm across the Edmonton line, and his shot blocked by Emberson goes over the glass out of play.
Yeah, Minton not really known for that all the time, but good hit there. That was Lindholm ended up going, he was over the blue line. Hampus Lindholm that was, but everybody had to hold up at the blue line, so he was all by himself.
Minton will stay out to take this face-off in the offensive zone. He's got Pasternak in the slot. Usnadinov on the far side, over by the half wall. Draisaitl gets kicked out of the circle, not without some static in the direction of the linesman. And Frederick will stand in his place. Stalemate. Ekholm goes down in pursuit of that puck, and they're going to get Usnadinov on a penalty this time. So tripping against Usnadinov, and another power play chance for Edmonton with 10:31 to go.
Yeah, I mean, his sticks, fans don't like it, but his stick's right in between his legs, and if Ekholm tries to take a stride or even cross over, he's going down. It's just, that's a tripping call. He's reaching for the puck, but he puts the stick in between Ekholm's legs as Ekholm was pulling away.
So 4th power play of the night for Edmonton. And comes into the night with the #1 power play unit in the league at close to 33%. They've gone 1 for 3 tonight, right about their average. Draisaitl wins the faceoff. Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins, top of the left circle. Crossing pass, Zadorov got the stick to it. Draisaitl throws it back in front, came all the way through, and Swayman kicked it away.
I don't know how that puck got through.
No. Fired down ice here by Castellic. Pickard will send it around the wall, far side Draisaitl. Turns it toward his own blue line. Pass to Nugent Hopkins coming through center, and here's McDavid just inside the Boston line. Couldn't get a pass through Corrali, skates, and McAvoy swats it down the other end. 1:24 to go on the power play. Past the midway point of the third period. Bruins trailing by 2. McDavid carries to the Boston line. Nugent Hopkins on the left side. Working against Jeannot. McDavid behind the net. Sends it toward the far corner. Draisaitl. Hyman angles it off the boards to Bouchard at the right point. On to Nugent Hopkins near side. McDavid from the circle. Back to Bouchard. Over to the far side. Swayman. Big stop and a second one on Hyman after the initial shot by Draisaitl, who's shaking his head right now. He thought he had one.
Yeah, Draisaitl. I think he thought he had one, but I think he would like to have gotten this puck up a little bit more. I mean, Swayman can come across. He's got to read this play. Bouchard fakes the shot. There's room upstairs, right? And he doesn't get this one up. And it allows, I mean, great save by Swayman. But he was I think he's a little frustrated with himself and a little frustrated that one didn't go in.
55 seconds left on the Edmonton power play. 9:25 to go in regulation. Kastelik able to force the puck out of the zone, trying to move it through the neutral ice. Bouchard able to poke check it away. And the Oilers reload. Here's Hyman with space down the left wing circle. Moves in front. Swayman made another stop with the left pad. And the Bruins will move out here. Shorthanded for another 35 seconds. Zacha gains the offensive zone to Kastelik. Kastelik dangling toward the slot. Taken off his stick by Draisaitl. And now McDavid with space coming through center. Kastelik back checking, takes it back and angles it back toward the Edmonton zone. 18 seconds left on the Husnudinov penalty. 8:45 to play. Brought into neutral ice here by Savoy. Ekholm into the far corner. Around the near side, it'll come to Mangiapane at the hash marks. Steps toward the dot. Try to work it in front for Henrique. Out of the box comes Husnudinov, just in time to knock a pass away from Darnell Nurse, and the puck will jump over the glass out of play. And with that, we will step aside with 8:24 to go in regulation. Bruins have killed off 3 out of 4 tonight, but they trail it 3-1 to the Oilers on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Pavel Zacha's first period power play goal is tonight's electric play, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Fortunately, that's the only goal for Boston tonight. They trail 3-1 with 8:24 to go. Face off near the Bruins blue line. Elias Lindholm got it over to Pasternak, kicked it back to McAvoy. Here's Pasta, cross ice. Hampus Lindholm will drive it deep. Nurse spun it back in behind his net. Stastny tried to keep it moving to the far side. Draisaitl in the corner, sent it behind the net. Pasternak there first. Pasta from the right corner, try to pass it across, redirected up over the net by Nurse. Pasta will come get it from Hampus Lindholm along the far side wall, throws it back toward the slot, off the stick of Elias Lindholm and thrown back out to center ice. Near side boards, Pasternak able to kick it back in across the line. Centering pass, looking for Geekie, and it got through his skates. Loose puck at center. Elias Lindholm will bring back to the Edmonton line. On the right side, Pasternak walks it toward the circle. Passing, got directed across toward Geekie, but at a tough angle going to the side of the net, got knocked down, and now the Oilers head back the other way.
That was read by Ekholm nicely.
Nurse crossing pass right in front. Swayman point blank makes the save on Hyman.
Gotten Hyman twice now.
Nurse for Nugent Hopkins couldn't handle that pass. Husnudinov with some speed back the other way. Left circle shot. Pickard the save, and the rebound gathered by Nugent Hopkins. Angles it up the far side, and here's Hyman again in the Bruins zone. Wheels and fires a backhander from between the circles, and Swayman makes that stop. 6:54 to play.
Got to open up a little now, doesn't it?
Near side, Zaka just inside the line, sent one toward the slot. Emberson gives it for Frederick, shouldered by Husnudinov in the neutral zone. McDavid will drop it back into his own end for Emberson. Henry directs it into the Bruins zone here. Soderstrom going into the far corner against Frederick. Puck will come back there to Way, and right out in front, and a shot hit the post. Scramble behind Swayman, and Lori comes away with a puck. Couple of rapid fire chances, and one of them caught the iron. And a whistle, and the Bruins get called for an icing here with 6:15 to go.
Well, if you want to open it up, you're going to give up some chances, and then you got to count on your goaltender. It's a nice pass from Frederick out in front. A great save by Swayman initially, and then the second shot, I believe, was that Stillman that had the second shot? I believe, and that went off the far post. He's stopped Hyman twice now.
Twenty saves tonight for Jeremy Swayman. Keeping them in this game here in the third period. 6:10 to play. On the near side wall, Husnudinov will get it out through the neutral zone and send it deep. Bruins will change. Draisaitl comes out behind the Edmonton net. Skates it all the way towards center ice. Forced toward the far boards. They can't get it deep. Sent back through the neutral zone. Jeannot able to poke it across the Edmonton line, but Stastny is there. Right back out to center ice. Savoy will chip it up the right wing boards. McAvoy kept it away from Jones. Charlie going to come into the near corner. Pass ahead for Jeannot. Hands off for Minton. Carries ahead all the way to the right wing circle, and a penalty coming.
Penalty coming up.
So the Bruins will get a power play chance with 5:31 to go. Trailing 3-1 to the Oilers. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Ian Herzig, Project Director at Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. When water and storm damage hit, time's of the essence. The longer you wait, the more extensive the damage can become. At Blue Sky, we offer fast, 24/7 emergency response to minimize damage and restore your property quickly. And because of the size of our staff and number of locations across New England, we're there in no time and get to work quickly. So when disaster strikes your property, don't panic, but don't wait either. Visit GoBluSky.com and we'll be there. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
5:31 to play. Oilers leading 3-1, but the Bruins to the power play. Vasily Podkolzin whistled for slashing Fraser Minton. This will be the third power play of the night for the Bruins. They're 1 for 2.
Not much there. Take advantage of it.
Face off in the offensive zone here for Zacha. Oilers control. Bouchard from the far corner will shoot it out through the neutral zone. McAvoy retrieves inside Boston territory. Bruins moving from left to right here in the third period. Elias Lindholm starts out into neutral ice, finds Zacha streaking through. Here's Pasternak off a redirected pass. He's got McAvoy center of the blue line. Pasta to the left circle. Looking back for McAvoy. That one deflected, but McAvoy settles it to Pasternak on the left wing wall. Turns away from Nugent Hopkins. Backhands down low to Geekie. Pasternak in the corner. Centering pass off the end of the stick of Elias Lindholm and cleared by Ekholm. 1:20 to go on the power play. 4:50 to play in regulation. Zacha and Elias Lindholm trade the puck coming through the neutral zone. In across the line. Pasternak's got it. Right wing circle.
That's a hook.
Yes, the boy
that
got the stick in on him.
Than the slash.
And Pasternak looking at the referee with his arms extended like, what, are you kidding me? 55 seconds left on the power play as the Bruins have to go back to their own zone. Hampus Lindholm leaves it behind for Steeves, picking up steam. Up across the Edmonton line, chips it off the near boards, goes and gets it himself in the corner. Under pressure. Asamont got it back to Hampus, over to the far circle for Lohrei. Back to Hampus, center of the blue line. Lohrei, left dot, throws it in front off Pickard. Asamont was on the doorstep. And the Oilers will get the clear here as Nugent Hopkins gets it to center ice and dumps it in.
This wins a battle there one-on-one along the boards to clear that puck.
22 seconds left on the power play. Hampus gives to Casey Middlestat breaking out. Left wing side. Here's Lohrei down the left circle. Takes the shot. That one blocked. Goes wide of the net. Comes around the near side boards. Asamont got knocked down by Henrique. Stays with it.
Yeah, but still won the battle there.
Lohrei into the middle and a one-timer by Steeves. Kicked away. Out of the box comes Podkolzin. The teams are at full strength. And the puck squirts out of the zone before Hampus Lindholm can slow it up. 3:20 to play.
Now you're keeping an eye on Swayman.
Here's Steeves with a shot. Pickard made sure that went wide. Middlestat in the near corner against Nurse. Middlestat being held up against the wall. Try to play it to the near circle. Taken away by Henrique. Into the neutral zone. Podkolzin just inside the Boston line. Zadorov gets it free from him. Minton backhands a pass to Jeannot coming up the left side. Bouchard and Jeannot go into the corner. Minton turns the puck back to the point. Zadorov to the near side for Peak. Sends it down the right wing circle. Off the end of Minton's stick. Frederick and Peak battling out near the blue line. Here's Kastelik along the near side hash marks. Down low to Minton. Steps in behind the net. Trying to get it out in front. Bouchard in the way. Minton's got it back far circle. Can't get to the front of the net.
The Oilers are able to recover there because Minton had a step.
Zadorov had a pass picked off at center ice by Frederick, but he and Peak able to come back and regain. Just 2:18 to play. Bruins need 2. Swayman should be headed to the bench any moment here.
Yeah, they got the unit that they want out there now.
McAvoy, right wing pass for Pasternak. Ricochets off into the far corner. Swayman headed for the bench. Geekie peels in behind the net with a puck on his backhand. To McAvoy, a one-timer. Pickard the save. Geekie throws it all the way across. And a little bit too much for Pasta to handle. Off the far wall. Hampus Lindholm over to McAvoy. Off his skate and out into neutral ice. 1:45 to go. Bruins try to reload quickly. Wrapped around the near side boards. McDavid will drop it back. Here's Nugent Hopkins coming out toward his own blue line. Just gets it out across the line. Geekie trying to get it back in, but the Oilers get possession. Hyman coming to the Boston line. McAvoy trying to wrap him up. Hampus Lindholm directs the puck into the corner. 1:23 to play. Zacha over to the far side for Geekie. Fires it around the wall. Ekholm plays it back around to that far side. Lohrei skating onto it. Here's Geekie, high slot. Shot blocked by Henrique. Lohrei at the left point. Pasternak along the hash marks with 1:04 to go. Geekie trying to swivel, or Lindholm rather, trying to swivel out in front. Knocked back in behind the net. Here's Hampus Lindholm out of the blue line. His shot blocked off. Ekholm in front. Pasternak. We get a whistle. Puck was touched with a high stick. 52.2 to go, and the faceoff will come out of the zone.
Yeah, come out of the zone, and the Bruins will probably call timeout here, give Pasternak and Geekie a little rest. Swayman, we'll see if he goes back in the net or they just keep him out. Yeah, they'll call the timeout here.
Swayman is coming off the bench and headed back toward the D zone, but
we'll see if they change their mind, though, or it becomes, maybe a third of the way or 2/3 of the way out.
So 52.2 seconds left, and the Bruins down by 2. Shorthanded goal by McDavid, minute 41 into this third period. Gives the Oilers a ton of breathing room here, and they reset the clock to 53.6. As they line up for the faceoff outside of the Edmonton zone, Swayman makes his way back to the bench. He had gone down to his crease, but they will keep it a 6-on-5 manpower advantage here, even with the faceoff in the neutral zone. You just need every second that you can. As a faceoff win by Zacha. Puck comes across to the near side. Pasternak, a 60-foot blast, and the stick save. Puck up into the air, glove down by McAvoy. Gets a stick to it. Pasternak along the near boards. McDavid takes away, and we have a penalty coming here against Boston.
That's going to go to Elias Lindholm for a hook. It's the same thing that we just saw with Pasternak. They would have given the Bruins a 5-on-3. It's the same exact play.
A lot of arguing here from the Bruins.
That's why.
Yep.
Because the same exact thing just happened to Pasternak, which would have given the Bruins the 5-on-3 power play and a long one.
Boston 28 has a 2-minute minor.
Elias Lindholm's going to get probably a 10-minute misconduct. Yeah. But I get the argument.
Yeah. And we see sometimes the standard change when your team is on the power play.
He lifted his stick. He might have got the hand. Okay, but it's the same thing that just happened. Right. And you saw Pasternak's reaction, wondering where the penalty was, and then they call that. And Pasternak's right. I talked to him a little bit about it. We talked to him a little about it. He said it's a 5-on-3 thing sometimes for referees, that they're reluctant to call something that's there that he feels, in his opinion.
Yeah, it just has to be very egregious before they'll give you a 2-man advantage on it, right?
But
it shouldn't be that way. Penalty should be a penalty. But 20 seconds to go. Edmonton with a puck in their own zone here and just letting the clock run out. Evan Bouchard standing behind Calvin Pickard. And he'll just continue to stand there as the final seconds tick off. So Edmonton will win it in the first of the 2 meetings this year, as they take it 3-1 the final here at TD Garden tonight. Bruins suffering just their second loss in the last 7 games, and now 1-1 here on so far in this 5-game homestand. We'll take a break. Back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
When it's really cold, you'll feel it in your bones. And your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Coleman.
It's electric.
Coleman Electric is wasting your time with this commercial. But that's the way it is with advertising. If you're not overweight, with low T and a flooded basement, half these ads aren't for you. Same with this one for Coleman Electric. We specialize in replacing knob and tube wiring, and you might not even have it. Most people don't even know what it is. Ask a guy if he's going to remove his knob and tube, and he says, "Nah, I can't. My wife wants another kid." No. Let me explain. Many houses around here were built 100 years ago and still have the original wiring. The wires would heat up, so they ran them around little knobs and through tiny tubes and called it knob and tube. But insurance companies call it a stinking fire hazard, and insulation companies won't even call back because they ain't touching it. If you've got knob and tube, join this century and book a free estimate with Coleman Electric to have it replaced. And if you don't have it, sorry we wasted your time. But thanks to your sacrifice, you've helped your knob and tube neighbor. Can I get a tissue? Welling up over here. Kuhlman. Call Coleman.
It's electric.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Pasternak. Deflected. Goes up off the top of the net. And Nugent Hopkins has it. He'll clear it for McDavid. Short-handed. McDavid on the breakaway. Scores on the backhand. 3-1 Edmonton. A short-handed goal for Connor McDavid. Sounded like you could see that one coming, partner.
We could kind of see that one coming.
3-1 the final score. The Edmonton Oilers win it. It's Connor McDavid's shorthanded goal inside of the first 2 minutes of the third period gives Edmonton some more breathing room, and they hang on to win it. And Bruins took a couple of penalties in that third period as well, and they were able to kill those off, but that. It's tough to gain momentum if you're killing penalties trying to come from two goals down. Too.
Yes, very true. So the way I break this game down is you didn't want McDavid to beat you, or Draisaitl for that matter. And 5-on-5, you did your job. 5-on-5, you did your job.
Contained them pretty well.
Yes, they did. But there's a power play, which is a breakdown on coverage, and then the breakaway that they give up shorthanded that he scores on, and he factors in those two goals, the power play goal and a shorthanded goal. Now that's why he's a world-class player. He finds a way. But 5-on-5, they did their job. In terms of defensively, they didn't do enough offensively for my liking. A couple of the big guys were quiet here today. Guys that you expect it from them because they're so good, but they were a little quiet today, a little off today. But they didn't generate enough forecheck. They didn't put enough pressure on the defense of Edmonton and force them into mistakes here in this one. You get so focused on, okay, we don't want to get anybody behind us. We don't want to let we don't want to let these guys rev it up and get going here. But there's two other lines for Edmonton. You're still going to be able to attack them and get into that offensive zone. And I don't think they ever really truly got to their forechecking game here today. So I think that's what beat them more than anything. And McDavid's a world-class player, and he